Mason in Ireland is on the air.
This is just great.
I'm just saying you don't punt on 4th down when you know you're not getting the ball back.
I think even he says that now.
He's got no guts. Not Dan Campbell guts. Meanwhile, we got a lot of fun in frivolity.
Yes.
Like making fun of that last giveaway we tried to do at 12:52 p.m.
Yep.
in the Southland.
What was that about?
Now,
I
will
listened to it.
somebody else win the
I
right
don't know.
to do that?
Now all the GKB takes contesting very seriously.
Well, you heard what happened on Friday with the Fifth Row Fridays.
No.
Oh, you didn't hear about this?
No.
No, I don't think I've heard about this.
Are we?
Yeah, we told you yesterday.
Yeah, we
John.
told you yesterday. The Fifth
He doesn't
Row,
listen when you guys
the
talk.
Fifth Row Fridays. Apparently, I
can't
cued
hear
it by
it right
saying if you can answer all 5 questions, you win. Some guy, a lawyer, called up and said, "You didn't say answer them correctly, so I'm just going to give puppies
I believe
as
in
the
the
answer for
rules, in
everyone."
the contest rules,
I said,
which you can find at ESPN.com.
visit
By
the
the way-
contest rules.
Yeah, this guy's a jerk. Answer these 5 questions. Everybody that's normal assumes that's
Correct.
You got to
going
get them
be-
right,
yeah.
exactly.
Can we call him back and have him on the air? I want to ask what he would do on 4th and 14. Meanwhile,
can have
Mason
him
in
on Monday.
Ireland, your Tuesday afternoon, right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mason.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Got bad news, Morales.
What is it?
Let's start out with
news.
bad news.
Why?
Start out with bad news.
You're not retiring, are you?
No.
Oh.
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
You pulling a Nick Saban on us?
No. Here's I had a long conversation with one Juan today.
Okay.
I swear to God, if this is what I think it is, I'm going to throw a chair.
He says there
Get
is
a chair.
absolutely no way that I am allowed to invite other people into our hot tub.
Really?
He says absolutely not. No, nobody but me and him have ever been in the jacuzzi. And I said, "Hey, when you're in Vegas, do you mind if I
Why'd you
have
ask him?
Morales and Cappy?" Well, because he's going to find out. There's social media and all that kind of stuff. He's going to find out. So I thought I'd
Well,
pre-clear
it's better,
it.
at least my rules. It's
People-
better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
But Chris, people always find out. I remember when I was in college, we used to make spontaneous Vegas runs a lot, like 3-4 times a year. So we're at a fraternity party. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and somebody looks at me and goes, "You know, Vegas is open." And I went, "I don't have my car. My car's in the shop." He goes, "I don't have my car either, but my roommate's out of town, and his car is here." And I go, "Is there any way he'll know?" And he goes, "No way." He goes, "So we take the car, we go to Vegas, we get back, he takes it to a car wash, cleans it perfectly. 5 minutes after his roommate comes back on Monday, he walks back into the apartment and goes, 'Where'd you go with my car?' And he goes, 'What are you talking about?' He goes, 'I know you took my car. Tell me the truth.' He goes, 'Oh, I took it to get washed because it was really dirty, but that's all I did.' He goes, 'There are 700 miles on it that weren't on it before.'" The guy was
he knew the mileage.
Yeah, you always get, Chris, you always, of every way you can think of that you could be caught. Like if you went into the jacuzzi.
Oh, no, I would
one
leave something for him to find.
Oh, he would find out. Oh,
I would-
with social media, he would know.
I would also leave a note, like somewhere, that he would find eventually.
Ugh, he would kill me. He would absolutely kill me.
What if what if Cappy and I just use the hot tub and you just watch?
I think again, it's a deal breaker. There's no way. By the way, you say ask for I would never get forgiveness. It's easier
would
to
be
ask for
lorded over
forgiveness.
you
Yo,
forever.
it would be like, oh yeah, like that time you, yeah,
Right.
not happening.
I think it's worth it for the bit.
Yeah, I said it's just a bit, and he said absolutely not. I don't care about your bits. I'm like, who are you to not care about bits? We live on these things, so it's not happening. Sorry.
Chris, I have a jacuzzi. You're coming anytime.
Yeah, but there's
You have a out of ground. Like,
No, it's in ground, but it's
oh,
outdoors.
in ground. See, mine's out of ground, and it's a 2-person jacuzzi. The only 2 people have ever
Mine
been me and
seats
him.
8, Chris. Bring your friends.
There you go. See, go to
Cappy has friends for that. Yeah.
Go to Ireland's house.
Another story on how you can always get caught. I remember one time my parents were out of town for the weekend, and I was in high school, and I had a party, and I cleaned up everything. There was no way I was getting caught.
Right.
I cleaned up everything, and so Monday morning rolls around. My dad wakes me up. He goes, "How was the party?" And I'm going, okay, one of the neighbors ratted me out. And I said, "It was fine. Just had a few people over." He goes, "John, there's a pair of underwear in the pool." And I looked and I go, "Oh, that's my friend Mike." I go, "That's Mike. He was just screwing around." He goes, "That's your story?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "They are girls' underwear." I go, "That's my story, and I'm sticking to it."
So when I was 16,
Let me tell you what's going to happen now. By the way.
Oh, okay, yeah, fine.
You're just gonna.
What
show
is
up?
going to happen?
Cappy has a wet crew.
He's what?
A nighttime wet crew, like the Navy
crew?
SEAls.
Oh,
We
really?
are going to leave my
SEAL team Cappy?
We
are going to get
hop the wall, and they'll be in your jacuzzi, and they'll text
and they'll
you
have the
from
initial
jacuzzi.
CMM on them. The underwear will be found by Juan
Oh, God.
in the filter.
in the filter.
Brutal. Yeah, not how.
And the guest room pillows will be sprayed with my cologne. So now and now Juan wouldn't know that smell, but you might.
I probably would. I can smell your cologne from here.
This is very disappointing. I'm not going to. This is a bit of a blow today.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, it's a weird day. First, this guy turns down Riviera, this listener who wins our golf with Travis, and he says, "Sorry, Trav, I'm out." And now you're kicking Morales out of the jacuzzi, and he's never even been in it.
Never been there.
You didn't even give him a chance to screw up.
Sorry, man.
What if we do a bit where we come to the house and we're like just sitting and looking at the jacuzzi, but we don't get in it, and that's the bit?
Or dangle a foot.
Yeah, dangle something for us.
No.
Dangle.
No.
Dangle
by the way,
or
I think
dongle?
this is completely over. Like, over. Like, I can't believe the reaction I got over. It's just not happening.
Chris, I got an idea. The next time Mason Juan go on vacation,
Oh, sure.
We invade?
Climb the fence.
that's when you send in the wet team.
Yeah,
We might
climb the
come in.
fence and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
we'll
started
send
a
him
war,
We'll
Mace.
send him a video.
I started a war.
And frankly, it's a war you and Juan cannot win.
There is a 9-foot fence between you and my jacuzzi.
You don't think Cappy can climb?
Coyote rollers.
Coyote rollers, right? There are coyote rollers. So when you reach up there, it's just like a big rolling. I don't think you can get in with the coyote
If
rollers.
you ever have
there.
a party at your house, we will jump in the jacuzzi. We will strip down in front of everybody and get in.
When is your next party?
We are going to
Here we go.
It's been 4 years.
try to do a Christmas party this year. Try.
So in 11 months?
11 months.
We're ready.
Counting down.
It might be sooner than our Christmas party.
Oh, right. What's weird is the station Christmas party is like on February the 11th.
Really?
22nd, I think.
Nothing says Merry Christmas like February.
Really?
Yeah.
God, if it were any other night.
Yeah. Yeah. No, why is the Christmas party in
I don't
February?
know. I don't know.
I
really
really
don't have an answer
I
on
bought
that
my
one.
Secret Santa gift. I've had it for, I don't know, 2 months now. Who's your Secret Santa person?
Tommy.
Tommy? I've got Nick. Nick Riley.
Wait,
I've got.
Just putting out,
Today-
you're no longer secret.
It's not secret anymore, I guess,
No.
huh?
Oh. It's
listens.
not Tommy.
Well, wait a minute. He's going to know when he opens it anyway.
Yeah, but the whole point of Secret Santa is
Okay.
to find out the day of.
Cut
You're
it
not
out of the
getting the whole
podcast. I don't
spirit
care.
of
Well, I don't think you have
Yeah.
to cut that out of the podcast.
Yeah.
I
Cut
mean, that's
the-
Yeah, the guy
Cut
turning
the other
Travis
thing.
down. Yeah, maybe.
Cut that out of the
So
podcast.
you guys did an amazing job yesterday at Ralph's in the city of Redondo Beach. Kudos to you both. Was an incredible remote. Kudos to our great fans that showed up.
Chris,
Such
have
good
we? I
people.
was trying to think about this. Have we ever done a double remote like we did yesterday? So
I don't
one
think so, but it may
Yeah.
have happened at some point one
Yeah,
day.
I can't remember ever that happening.
Might have happened in like the Dave Denholm, Brian Wong days.
Oh, those days.
But I
It's
don't
a
know.
while back. No, we want to thank everybody who came out there. By the way, Craig Gillum brought the Kobe Hellcat 24.
Yeah, I've been sending that to people at the Lakers saying, "Hey, find a role for this car.
It's
This thing is
amazing.
amazing."
I also want to thank Isabel, who came up yesterday. She'd never met us before, and she brought me mango peach pies. She says they're Filipino.
Oh.
We had them for dessert last night.
Bergman, did you by chance grab the teeth whitener stuff that guy gave us?
I got-
forgot to grab mine.
I got
You
it.
got two?
Yeah.
Can I have
no,
one?
No, I only got one. Did one, the
I
other
have
one
the
just
other
leave
one.
there? No.
I'll give it to you.
Is it
I
exotic
was going to
teeth
keep
cleaning?
that for
What is it?
myself. Yeah,
No,
I'll
it's-
give it to you.
If you're not going to use it, give it
No,
to me.
no,
If
no.
you are
You-
going to use it,
You
give it to
plug
me.
it in, and it lights up, and
Oh.
it brightens your teeth.
Is
was
it
kinda
like his
excited about
company?
it.
Yeah.
I think so. Or he worked there, I think.
Worked there, I think, yeah.
Well, I want to know. I'll buy.
There's a guy,
Same.
Coconut Michael.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very
He was
nice.
there, Abdul, and he was wearing the exact same sweater
From
that me and
Amashul.
Cappy
Look at
wore
that.
at Yamava
Look at
last
that.
time for my designer. I'm a
Did we not
solid.
get a picture of that?
You know what? We didn't get a picture of that.
Well, what's
Didn't
going
get a
on?
picture
Somebody
of
might.
Coconut Michael? We have
There
a
are
picture of Coconut
so
Michael.
many pictures from yesterday. So.
Wait, Coconut Michael? You don't have a picture of? Yeah, you do.
No,
I didn't get a
wearing the
There
sweater.
is.
Wearing the
I
sweater?
saw,
Yeah.
I saw one
Yeah,
with
there
you
is
guys.
one.
He
Yeah.
might have
He
posted it
He
himself.
posted
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I
we
did
have
see it
it.
in the Mafia.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous sweater.
Yeah.
No. It's better. It looks better on him than you.
People love that sweater.
How did the bagging bit do? I saw the video.
Oh, it's great.
I lost.
But you can still see it at ESPN Los Angeles. So you're not that great of a bagger after all.
I
will say this: Mason was a little sick.
I was really under the weather.
Oh, don't give him any credit.
Yeah.
You were just better. Like you had the whole thing. You actually stacked it the correct way.
Yes.
He was just throwing stuff in a bag.
But what I realized isn't everybody a bagger now? Because I bag my own groceries at Ralph's now.
I do too. I like to. I'm like.
I don't like to.
Oh, don't you?
No.
You think that should be done for you?
No, I just don't really enjoy it. So I'm more than happy to have people keep their jobs.
Yeah.
So, and I go to a Smart and Final where they even though there's checkers, they'll be like, no, come over here. And then she uses self-checkout. This woman did this over the holidays to check out for me at self-checkout. And I'm like, okay, whatever you want to do, but I'm not checking out. That's why I waited in line. I wanted somebody to check out.
Oh, you needed a checker.
I need a checker.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a checker.
Why are you so stuck on off the air? I don't know what you've said on the air about McVay. What did you say on the air about McVay?
That he didn't have the guts that Dan Campbell did in the fourth quarter.
Well,
I think if we gave him a do-over, he would not have punted.
He
think
said
so?
if he had a do-over, he wouldn't punt.
Well, that's good to know. Unfortunately, in football and in the playoffs, you don't have a do-over. But maybe next time. Oh, gee, can we get a do-over?
But Chris, think about this. There are 9 teams now looking for coaches. We're lucky we have McVay.
Yeah, we've got one of the best.
We got a guy
man.
who's good. I mean, the Chargers.
They're going to do it. I think they're going to do it.
You think they're going to hire
I think they're going to
Harbaugh?
hire Harbaugh. I do. I think they're going to do it.
Well, you realize that if that happens, Dean Spanos has to pay him.
Right. And he's still paying Brandon Staley.
Right. That's the fly in your ointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems a little tough.
What's your gut say? He's going to hire him or not hire him?
It's such a no-brainer. If he doesn't hire Jim Harbaugh or Pete Carroll, it just makes no friggin' sense.
Yeah. Bergman, you think they're going to do it?
Yes.
You do think they're going to get Harbaugh?
No.
What? So, in other words, you didn't hear the question, and then you just said yes.
We
and
were
then
talking.
when you did
I'm
hear
going to
it,
be
you
honest.
said
We
no.
were talking about some reads.
Brian,
and
you're
things
the only
around.
Charger fan
And
here.
no, I don't think so.
Do you think they're going to hire? They interviewed me yesterday. You think they're going to hire Harbaugh?
I don't have faith that they're going to hire him. I want them to, but I honestly don't have faith that they will.
You know,
When
it
was
really
the last
does.
time the Chargers did the right thing? Probably when they drafted
Justin Herbert. Sure. Yeah, I mean, it does put them on the map. They become much more credible in this town if they have Jim Harbaugh
They
as head
should have
coach.
been on the map for the last 3-4 years.
Well, yeah, man, when you said that, you said much more credible. I don't think they have any credibility now.
Much more credible.
Wait
Wait a minute. All your friends at the Chargers. When I say that, all the people at the Chargers hate me, and when you say it, it's okay.
No, what you say about the Chargers is I hate them and they're terrible and they're awful. I think the Chargers have a good quarterback and I didn't hate Brandon Staley. I know everybody else did.
Oh, he's terrible.
But I think Austin Eckler's great. I think their receivers are great. I think their defense is good. I don't know why they don't win more, but I've never had the confidence that they're going to hire.
Somebody's vibrating.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh.
That they're going to hire a coach that they have to pay.
Right.
They've just never done that.
Hey, there's other coaching news out there. Have you heard about this?
No, what?
It involves the island of Antigua.
All right, let's go. I'm not like that guy turning down Travis. I'll go.
We'll do
Give
that.
me a free trip.
We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
25 minutes in front of 2 o'clock on a live
Still
imaging
doing
Tuesday.
this. 2024,
who is
we're
this?
still doing this.
Let me tell you something, sucker. Since I don't get in that hot tub and press the flesh with you and Cappy,
I do not
we're
want my
only-
flesh pressed in a
we're
hot
only,
tub.
We're only a thin amount of chlorinated water separates you know what from you know what. That means it's Yacht Rock forever. Until the day I die and I'm no longer at this radio
You
station.
just told me
Mace.
you thought you might go any minute.
Well, it
Mace,
could.
if you can tell me who sings this song, the next break we will not play Yacht Rock. Who is this?
Dance with me.
Time's up. You got it wrong.
I'll give you a hint. It's one word,
Okay.
and it is
Ambrosia.
it is
No.
a team in the NFL.
The Raiders.
A team in the NFL that didn't get a PI call that should have that let the Rams win the Super Bowl.
The name of this band
The
is
Saints.
Orleans.
Orleans. Okay.
Right, Chris? Do I have that
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Not a one-hit wonder.
Oh, Puka got pulled on the jersey. That's
Not
what
a-
they
He
lost.
did. He got
He
pulled.
did
Yeah,
get pulled
and they
on the
also
jersey.
there was a lot of things that led up to that.
Of course there were, but he did get pulled. By the way, not a one-hit wonder. Did you know this band has another hit? Even I know
Still the
this.
One.
Still the one, exactly. It was like the big ABC theme song for a while there. Still the one.
Oh, yeah.
So not a one-hit wonder like many of the acts
We should
play
do
on.
that for Mason and Ireland as the 20th anniversary approaches. Still the one.
Still the one.
Mason and Ireland.
Yeah.
So we have some we have some Pickleball Madness news.
Okay.
So
March 23rd.
March
is
23rd.
right?
Mason's birthday.
Okay.
First off, I have ordered the Funny Games department that I want the world's biggest birthday card with your face on it.
Oh, that's
and everybody
very
gets to
nice.
sign on it.
Why don't we instead focus on the 20 years? It'll
Why don't
also
you
be
not
the 20
worry
years.
about events
Why
and let
don't-
me worry about
Oh, yeah. Okay, I won't
By
worry.
the,
Just
by the
take
way,
it away.
if you didn't do it, he would have done it.
Oh yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
I would make a big card for myself.
So
for
maybe you
everybody to
want
sign.
so you for once don't want it to be about you.
I want it to be about
The 20th anniversary Mason and Ireland card.
yeah.
Chris, when the last time Mason had a birthday, Lisa, my wife's birthday is on the 19th.
Oh, it is?
Mason's on the 23rd, and Amanda Brown was on the 25th.
Such a mischaracterization.
No, you tell me.
Oh,
Yes,
you mean your
I
party?
want you to. I want
Oh, the
you
party,
to,
yeah.
I
Yeah, you
want
were
you
there,
to
right?
interrupt me when I say something that's untrue.
'Kay.
Okay. So, big party at Mason's house, which he sold as kind of a triple birthday party.
Right.
That,
Untrue. It
What?
was never sold as a triple. It was my birthday party.
right.
And I said, "Oh yeah, we'll recognize Lisa and I think it was Amanda."
Yep.
Right? We'd recognize them, but I'm
right.
not going to stick
How
them on a
were they-
cake.
How were they recognized?
I said, "Happy birthday, Lisa! Happy birthday, Amanda!"
I don't think you did. I think you walked out with a giant cake
It
with
was
your
a
face
giant
on
cake.
it.
It
So-
said "Happy birthday to me." By
Yes,
the way.
it was awesome.
I just started working here at that time. You absolutely said it was a three-person
You
party.
always gang up on me.
I
you
do
guys
not.
always. Thank God for
100%. It was a
you
three-person
three, and
birthday
then thank
party.
God for producer Brian, who doesn't join the club and gang up on me.
He wasn't here. Otherwise, he would.
If it was true, I don't know.
So
Yeah.
Pickleball Madness tournament in the city of Fountain Valley, Saturday, March 23rd, Mason's birthday, the 20th anniversary of Mason Ireland at ESPN Los Angeles. And here's what we're thinking of doing. Now, Ireland is exempt from this because he's bringing a partner that we
Right.
waited for her to be
Sure.
part of our event, the great Lisa Ireland. So they will be one team. Mm-hmm. But for the other hosts, Mason, Cappy, Shan, Trav, Slee, what if, for charity, we auction off the chance to play as your teammate?
Oh, I think that's great.
I kind of like it, except none of the people that you would be auctioning off are great pickleball players.
But that
Yeah,
is
but
true.
it's an opportunity to be out there. It's tough to get a spot in the
Oh, very
tournament,
tough.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
and also you get to then come early. You guys practice together.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like a
that's
meet and
right.
greet. It's you and that person that wins.
We
it.
hang out, and
You-
then we
you're
lose
hanging
together.
out and then lose.
And then afterwards, all the town, all the
By the
hosts,
way,
all
hey,
of us will
Chris.
play each other.
Is this pickleball tournament at Miles Square Park?
Yes.
You know they have not one, but two championship golf courses, the Players
Oh, really?
course and the Classic course.
Wow.
Perhaps we could work that into the event.
Of course. Why
you
not?
should. You should.
So what do you think?
I tanked the first pickleball match. You and I are in the first tee by 10 a.m.
I like that. We'll do an auction live on the air. So I'll be the
Awesome.
auction. If I-
do we have
live!
do we have a charity picked out?
No, we're working on that.
Okay,
but
good.
What do you? But first, I'm trying to measure your level of engagement.
100%. If it involves getting together with listeners, I'm in.
I can't wait to auction Mace. Give him a 7. Give him a 5 to 5 to 7 to 5 to 5 to 5. Give him a 2 to 3 to 5.
That's what it's going to. You're a very good auctioneer. Very good auctioneer.
I've auctioned many a cattle.
Oh, have you?
No, but
Yeah.
I think I'd be good at
That's a
it.
funny idea.
That's what Chris was calling the girls, but not themselves.
Oh,
You know.
no.
Can I just say that that's terrible?
Damn.
Oh, John,
Damn.
how dare you?
That's rough.
That is rough.
So, among the head coaching jobs that's open is Atlanta.
Okay. By the way, I'm glad you brought up this coaching thing.
Yeah.
And I want to get to the Lakers this hour, too.
Oh, yeah, we
a
definitely
A lot of stuff
will.
happened last night. We've been doing this a long time, you and I. Nick Sirianni
Yeah.
was in the Super Bowl 11 months ago.
Right.
And now people are calling for his head. Mike McCarthy's gone 12-4, 12-4, 12-4, gone out in the first round each time. Looks like he's getting fired. When did coaching at the professional level become win now or you're out? Remember when we grew up, the coach of the Cowboys was Tom Landry
Forever.
every year. The coach of the Redskins was George Allen, then Joe Gibbs.
Yep.
Bud Grant was the coach of the Vikings.
For 100
We
years.
had Chuck Knox.
Was it Buffalo? Marv Levy? Forever.
And you know, if they had a bad year, they just circled the wagons and redid it. When did it become, if you don't succeed at the highest level,
Right.
you're out? Is that a new thing, or has it always been that way and I just didn't notice?
Well, you mentioned the coaches that were there for a long time. There were a lot of other coaches. I don't know how long any of them lasted. But I think in this age, when there is so much opportunity for people to be critical, whether it's sports radio, whether it's Twitter, whether it's all social media, all that stuff, once that happened, I think the fans tend to rush towards let's fire the coach. And apparently in Philly, I watched Sal Palantonio today.
He says they're coming with major changes.
He says
that
it's
either
all
gonna
different.
It's going to be Sirianni or it's going to be his staff and maybe both.
Yes.
So, John, do you want both of them to keep their jobs?
I would not.
Mike McCarthy is done.
He's done. You have to win the
done.
playoffs. No matter what, you have to win.
But okay, the equivalent of this is, think about this. Nick Sirianni was in the Super Bowl a year ago. Sean McVay a year ago won 5 games.
Right.
Nobody was calling for Sean McVay's
So
head.
there was a ton of injuries. Cooper Kupp was out. Matthew Stafford's out. There's a whole bunch of guys that were just not playing. Aaron Donald stopped
Jalen
playing.
Hurts had his hands so wrapped up he couldn't even throw.
Right, but also, did you see what that offense looked like? I think that's the most of the part. They were 10-1 and were looking kind of unstoppable, and they changed the entire offense. By
the way, they also changed the entire defense.
Yeah,
they changed defensive coordinators too
in the middle of the season, and there's screenshots all over the place. Everybody, all of the receivers for Philadelphia, their backs turned. Hurts is standing there in a pocket with nobody to throw to. They weren't beating guys one-on-one. I think it was A.J. Brown was saying, like, the plays are just not developing fast enough. It's the offense. So if it's not Nick Sirianni, it's the offensive coordinator.
Okay, Dallas hasn't lost a home game until last weekend in 2 years. The last time they lost was week 1 of last season at home. They were 12-4. And it almost seems like
McCarthy
a
should keep
foregone
it.
conclusion that McCarthy's out.
You can't go one and done.
They're not even talking about the possibility of him being
If the
around.
Lakers went one and done 3 years in a row, would the coach stay?
Well, they
No.
did.
When?
They went 6 years without making the
Well,
playoffs.
but they had multiple coaches during
Right.
that period.
Right.
I'll
I'll use Lakers as an example.
Cowboys are the Lakers of the NFL.
Frank Vogel wins the 2020
Sure.
NBA title.
That was a poor firing.
2 years later, he's out.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems to me that there is so much pressure on these professional coaches in every sport that I'm wondering, you know, what's next? A guy has a bad series. Dave Roberts loses 3 games to a bad Cincinnati Reds team, and we fire him?
But here's the thing.
Mike Budenholzer
Again,
fired.
Right.
Select
a year after he won the title.
Right.
selectively on you can choose the guys that have been there a long time, the guys that not. I mean, I remember when Marty Schottenheimer got fired after going, I think 14-2, got fired. So yeah, there's precedent for this. You must have postseason success, and you absolutely must.
And you said it yesterday, John. The only thing that could get Mike McCarthy fired is if they got blown out.
Right.
And they got blown out.
And then I guess you could say the same thing about Sirianni.
Right,
I just don't remember it always being like this.
Was it crazy that every game was a blowout except for the Rams-Lions? Every game.
That was the only good game. Yeah, everything else was a blowout.
And how about this? Think about the NFC, okay? So what do we got left? We've got Tampa Bay
versus the Lions in Ford Field.
Detroit.
Yep.
San Francisco and Green Bay.
Yep.
Which means, you know, we beat this drum as much as anybody, sports radio, that if you don't have a Pro Bowl level quarterback, you're not winning the Super Bowl. Well, Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love,
Right.
And who am I leaving out?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff are all one of those four is going to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And none of them are all pro.
Right.
So maybe we've overstated how important it is to have an all pro quarterback. Maybe you just have to have a well-rounded team. You know?
Yeah. Although you look at, for example, the AFC, you got Pat Mahomes versus Josh Allen.
Right.
What's the other matchup?
So Brock Purdy is going to the Pro Bowl, by the way.
Well, he's not all pro though. The
Not
all
all
pro.
pro.
All
Yeah.
pro
Not
is
all
different
pro,
from going. Everybody goes to
I
the
think
Pro
you said
Bowl.
Pro Bowl.
Pro
Sorry,
Bowl,
I heard
the
Pro
Pro
Bowl.
Bowl is like the seventh choice goes.
Right. Like, what's weird is
Well, he
Amon
led
Ross,
voting, actually.
Amon-Ra St. Brown made is an all pro, but didn't make the Pro Bowl, which
Yeah,
is like
that
stupid.
makes no sense.
That's stupid. All right, so I was Antigua. So do it next?
Yeah.
I just teased it. Okay,
So
fine.
tease it for the next
All
one.
right. Wheel of Questions plus Antigua. Hey, life's a journey with highs and lows, and the LA County Department of Mental Health is here to support you through it all. Their caring team offers more than just a listening ear. They provide free emotional support, service referrals, and crisis counseling. Call their 24/7 helpline, 800-854-7771, or visit their website at dmh.lacounty.gov. Your mental health is their priority. Let us be your support on this journey. Together, let's shape a brighter tomorrow. Hope and recovery and well-being. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
minutes in front of 2 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday. Little Seals and Crofts on a live imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland. Everything's about that diamond girl. When you find them, it's like a diamond. That's what they were singing about. You know what I mean, Jack?
Yes, I do, Jack.
So people keep sending me this video, Chris,
of me
from the Laker game last night.
I wasn't there.
Was this you that
rolled up on
LeBron?
I was at Yamava, but if I wasn't at Yamava and you closed one eye and you looked and you had seen workout videos of Cappy and I,
I'm looking at it now.
It's a similar apparel, the beanie. Because I wear the beanie with Cappy in the morning.
Okay. It's such an outrageous thing that happened.
That he just walked up and was
public service. Here, if you walk up to a player on an NBA bench and just start asking questions, and this guy put his hand on LeBron's shoulders like, hey, man, let me ask you a question.
LeBron's like,
LeBron was nice. He could have been.
He was. He could have been.
Yeah.
You are getting thrown out and probably thrown in jail. Stop it.
Do you think that guy went to jail?
I do. Well, I think he got thrown out of the building.
Thrown out,
I don't
for
know,
sure.
I don't know if they press charges on him, but
yeah,
it's very ill-advised. They will remove you by any means necessary.
Absolutely. I mean, we live.
But isn't it a little alarming he got that close?
Well,
if he's sitting down there.
If you look at crypto and most NBA arenas, the seats right next to the players are for sale.
Yeah. See, to me, it looked like he walked up. Is that not the case?
I think he was in one of the seats to the right, and he said, well, LeBron's right there. Go ask him.
Yeah, go pat him on the back.
Right.
Nice game so far, LeBron.
He wanted to know how fast he can get out of the building.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Maybe he wanted to know if LeBron would punt on 4th down
with
the season on the line and you're never going to get the ball back. And a high school coach would know you're not getting the ball back.
My God.
He's not wrong.
No, it was a big mistake. That's okay. You're allowed to say big mistake.
Dan Campbell ate him alive in those final 2 minutes.
I mean, Dan
Campbell didn't do anything.
They had a terrible second half.
That last possession, they made sure to get a first down.
They scored a field goal in the second half.
He had the bull balls to make sure they got a first down. And thank God the Rams are outside. I don't have to eat bull balls. Remember, that was going to be the bet.
What?
Cappy and DeMarco bet that if the Rams made it to the Super Bowl, I had to eat bull testicles on the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you missed that?
Oh, God, no.
You're a lucky man.
Go Rams. If I knew that.
Weren't you supposed to tell Brian to play the wheel or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you derailed me with the LeBron thing. Anyway, time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, spin that wheel.
I saw my wheel today, and okay. What is your greatest personal win? Your greatest personal win?
Probably for me that I ended up with the Laker radio job. I used to put my head on a pillow and put a transistor radio, look it up, kids, under a pillow so my mom couldn't hear it, but I could hear Chick.
Right.
And now I have his job. So
That's amazing.
I think that the odds of that happening, and by the way, the odds of two guys from the same high school getting play-by-play
doing
jobs
the play-by-play TV and radio.
insane.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Bill McDonald went to the same high school I did 4 years earlier than me. So that's probably mine. Greg, what's yours?
I mean, does kids count? Like Riley is my...
Anything counts. You
Sure,
can say-
anything counts.
So then Riley is my biggest win by far. That she's the most important thing in my life. She's the most important thing in the world to me. So
And you paid for it.
Yeah.
I am still paying for it and going through. Cappy understands what I'm going through right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brian, how about you?
I'd probably say graduating college. Yeah, both my parents went to college. None of my sisters really went to college. I was really
You
the only
were-
one in my
Nice.
family.
Good for you. You should be proud of that.
And I'm still
Pride of
paying for that,
Humboldt
too.
State.
Chris, what is this for you? You've had an interesting career. Is it career-related or is it personal?
I can't say being friends with George Sedano. No,
You
could.
can.
so
If that really is your
I get-
greatest personal win.
the greatest personal win that probably changed my career the most was when a lot of people, this was way back when, it's Fox Sports Radio, a new boss named Andrew Ashwood, and we've talked about him a lot on the air.
The great late Andrew Ashwood. Great guy.
People were not excited about this, including the people I was on the show with. And that show, like getting to the Tony Bruno show, was the big deal at
Sure.
that place. As you guys know, that place was built for Tony.
Yep.
And then I wrote him an email and said, hey, we're really looking forward to you being here. And Andrew, as bigger than life, came into the studio his first day visiting, and he had become the new boss. And everybody's like nervous, whatever. And at the end, he said, hey, bud, thanks for the email. It meant a lot. And by the way, huge fan of your father's. And from
Whoa,
that,
he knew your dad.
Nice.
he
Yeah.
had listened to him. You know, back in the day, they used to send the air checks out to the
Yep,
smaller
yep.
markets. So, and you would get all the top market DJ, all that stuff.
Sure.
And from that bond was built, and that changed my career forever. So taking the guts, not being gutless.
The guts.
But yeah, I think that if I don't send that email, am I just...
Mace, I have a thought as what yours is, but I won't say it until you say it.
Okay.
What is your biggest personal
You're
win?
not going to get it.
Okay.
So I'm going to not include Juan in 18 years. It's a great personal win.
Even though he won't let people in the hot tub.
Well,
yes,
that's why.
Yes.
Juan runs interference for him.
So I took 2 quick breaks from radio. One was a midlife crisis right about when I was 40. The other one...
I might have one of those the Monday that Trav plays at Riviera.
There you go.
Just letting you know.
Just to get the day off.
Yeah.
So the other one was when I was about 22 years old. And I decided I'm going to quit radio. I'd been on the radio for a long time.
Right.
But I decided I would quit radio, go work in movie production. So I come out to L.A. And the moment I get to L.A., I'm like, I really miss radio. I was working. I was doing stuff. I was PAing and all that stuff. But I wanted to get back in radio. So I was listening to the Rick D show.
Rick Dees.
Hey, John, you guys are underwear models, but don't use my bathroom.
I took a box of donuts and I put my air check tape in it, and I left it for Rick Dees at the front door of Kiss FM.
Really? 3400 West Riverside Drive.
Exactly.
Did you get a response?
Never got a response, but it's amazing that I wound up where I wound up, given the fact...
Later we worked in that building.
Yeah, that I was a guy with an air check tape and a box of donuts.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So was that a win?
That's a win. Huge win. Look where I am.
I thought...
Yeah,
Mace,
Rick's not on the air anymore.
No.
I thought because you had spent so much time agonizing over it, I thought you were going to say successfully coming out was probably your biggest personal win.
Yeah, it's true. That was a big one.
Because you were nervous about it. I think you were expecting the worst.
It's been 8 years now.
Not only did you get the worst, people were incredibly nice about it.
The opposite.
Yeah.
The opposite. Laura, did you get to answer? Greatest personal win?
For me, probably losing 300 pounds.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are topping that.
No,
Yeah.
that is an amazing.
I want
And
more.
by the way, Laura, I hope this doesn't make you uncomfortable. It shouldn't, because it's a compliment. But I'm incredibly proud of you for doing that, and the fact that you're willing to talk to others who are fighting a weight battle. You speak so earnestly and honest about it, and I think it helps other people. And I hope you keep doing that.
Oh, thank you, John.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
like every time somebody we've had weight-related topics on the show, and I never know if it's okay to mention that Laura used to be big.
Sure.
And then she'll mention it.
Right.
And she'll say, it's not the easiest thing in the world to make the decision to change your life and to change your habits and everything else. And I think by sharing that, Laura, you've made you inspire other people.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
good for you.
All the personal stuff that we do, like Laura, all the personal stuff. You talk about Jack, special needs child.
Kid. And I saw last week, I don't know if you saw it, when I was on the Laker trip, somebody wrote a really heartfelt message on Twitter about how they were struggling with their mental health. And until you read this, who are you doing the ads for?
LA County Department of Mental Health.
Until you kind of took the stigma off it by saying, hey, I'm changing my meds all the time. I've been battling my mental health the whole time. Then it gave this guy the courage to call somebody, and now he's kind of on the road to dealing with it.
Yes.
Which I think is good.
Yeah, it is good. It is. I love that partnership with the LA County Department of Mental Health. I really, really enjoy working with them. Okay, let's do this thing I teased, and then we'll get to some Lakers, okay? So here's how you want to be courted if you're a head coaching candidate. Yesterday, Bill Belichick was flown on a private jet to the island of Antigua by Arthur Blank on one of his jets. And they decided they were going to interview him for the job. They did it on Arthur Blank's $180 million Ocean Coast super yacht named Dreamboat. Now, how do you turn that down? Private jet, island of Antigua, super yacht. I'm being interviewed on. I think he's taking the job. I think that was a great presentation right there.
Okay. Don't disagree with anything you said, but is that the best fit for Belichick? And here's what I mean.
Okay.
I think they'll let him be the coach and the GM.
Yes.
And even if Bill says he doesn't want to do it, it'll be one of those things where he's completely in charge anyway. Like I think the Miami Heat actually have a GM, but no one knows who it is.
Right.
Because Pat Riley makes all the decisions.
Yeah, a little bit like Greg Popovich.
Right. Same thing. And they don't have a quarterback. So aren't you putting Bill back into the exact... They don't have a great roster, and they don't have a great quarterback. So aren't you putting Bill back in the exact same situation he was in New England, where he has failed for 3 years? I think if he goes to take, let's say, I'll just use this as an example, the Charger job.
Sure, you get a quarterback in the
You
deal.
get a quarterback. Bill's a great defensive mind. That, to me, is a better fit. I understand why Atlanta wants Bill. It gives them credibility. Why would Bill want Atlanta?
Vegas has him as the favorite to get that
Right,
job.
but why would he want it?
It's a good question.
He might be getting the offer. By the way, do you know where Arthur Blank makes his money?
Yeah, it's from Home Depot.
He created Home Depot. Next time you're in a Home Depot, look around at all of number one, how crowded it is. And number two, all the stuff that's being sold there. That's all going right in Arthur Blank's pocket. No wonder he has a 180-foot yacht named Dreamboat.
Yeah, Dreamboat.
I understand why Atlanta wants Bill.
Yes.
I don't understand why Bill would want Atlanta. Do you?
I don't. Although
Unless it's a control thing. He wants complete control, and they're willing to give it to him.
Yeah, no quarterback is trouble. No quarterback is trouble. That's you've got to get that guy. If you don't have that guy, you can't be effective. So yeah, it's a tough job from that perspective. With the exception of the Chargers, nobody else really has a great quarterback where there's a coaching opening. Like Raiders, they don't have a guy.
Right, but some teams have top 5 draft picks. So like the Commanders.
Right.
So would Belichick go there?
Yeah, no, it's possible. It's possible. All right, we got 2 o'clock call of the day coming up
And
next.
by the way, it's 2 o'clock at KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Yes. 877-710-ESPN. We're going to do some Lakers coming up. They looked great last night, and one of their best wins of the year. They went back to the original starting lineup from last year.
They actually did not.
Oh, right. They didn't go to Vanderbilt. They went to Torian Prince instead.
But I think they discovered something last night that they should continue to milk.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what it is.
We'll talk about that coming up. 877-710-ESPN for the 2 o'clock call of the day. In the meantime, with next-level tech and safety features, Hyundai cars and SUVs give you the confidence to boldly journey wherever life takes you. Advantages include available class-exclusive digital key and available remote smart parking assist, and because the road ahead should be as worry-free as possible, you also get complimentary maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles and 10 years of America's best warranty. It is your journey. Do like I did. Get yourself into a Hyundai. Learn more about Hyundai's award-winning lineup and warranty at buyhyundai.com. That's buyhyundai.com, or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Five minutes after 2 o'clock on a live Imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland. When you hear Robbie Dupree sing Steal Away, you
It
know
could only be here.
Or it's a Yahweh Crew concert, although they're singing it in it.
Yes. Yes.
God, I love this song.
Are they in for the Mandy's?
We're working on
Yahweh
it.
Crew?
We're working on it, baby.
They're driving a hard bargain, apparently.
By the way, that was totally. I didn't even press a button. I have no idea how that happened.
You're stepping on my Robbie
Did
Dupree.
you guys do that? I
Wasn't
didn't
me.
do.
It's always
I
you.
mean, there's a
It
button.
wasn't me.
Robbie Dupre. I'm sorry.
You know what
illuminate
makes,
us on Robbie Dupre.
First.
Yeah, right.
You say that Juan
Yeah,
will not let Cappy and I in the hot
That is
tub
correct.
while he's away.
correct.
Where who knows what could have happened?
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
Who knows what
That's
could have happened,
why.
right, John?
That's
It could have been a
why.
night for the ages.
Yes.
I don't think it's impossible that could still go down.
No, it's 100%
I
not
know.
happening.
I know you're not inviting them. I'm just saying that it would be very interesting when the next time you and Juan are away, if Chris hops the fence.
If they pull a B&E,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the authorities.
well, how are you gonna know?
Oh, you just sneak in,
Yeah.
jacuzzi, and leave?
Maybe.
Exactly.
And you'll never know.
And
well,
they'll,
actually,
they'll
you will.
never actually breach inside the premises, so you wouldn't know.
They also want to try the new massage chair.
Well, I wouldn't let them do that.
Yeah,
It's
what
a-
about the massage chair? Can I get that?
No, it's a
You can-
personal.
you can
it's
sit
a-
mine, Chris.
It's a personal item.
John, I appreciate you want, but the bit is that it makes him uncomfortable. I
Right.
think you want me to come over and be in the hot tub.
Anybody can come over. and
Yeah,
sit
you're
mine.
not invited to my hot tub, and you're not invited to my massage chair. Sorry. Gonna have to find another bit.
All right. Can I
New
make,
bits.
Can I make an observation about something that happened last night?
Okay.
Anybody watch the Emmys?
Yes,
You did.
No.
I did. I watched
some of
them
it.
before the
Highlights.
Lakers game. I DVR'd it, and I watched them after the Lakers game.
I DVR'd it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on last night when I got back from the Lakers game, and I probably got about 20 minutes of it before I fell asleep. I thought Anthony Anderson did a good job.
I thought he was okay. I did not
But
love
here's
the
my
show
question.
at all.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
What genius out there decided the Emmys are traditionally on a Sunday night?
Correct.
And they didn't want to do it on Sunday night because they didn't want to go head-to-head with the NFL.
Right.
The NFL always was going to have a Monday night game.
Right.
Why not do it Tuesday night? Why would you take on the NFL? It just came out. 4.3 million people watch the Emmys. The
about
lowest, no, the lowest audience ever on record. I know
But
it's
the
going
audience
down
goes down
year,
every year. Yeah.
but it had no shot going up against that football
It
game.
was not a good show. I'll just be
Right, but
flat
Mace,
out
even
frank.
if it was, no, you can't. You had that story earlier in the week that 97 of the top 100 shows last year were NFL football games.
Right.
You don't take on the NFL. I don't care who you are. If you're Succession, if you're The Sopranos, whatever your show is.
Yeah.
Don't take on the NFL. These guys openly and willingly took on the NFL.
So True Detective went head to head with the NFL on Sunday.
Right.
But I mean, it's a streaming product, so people watch
people
it
watch
later
it
on.
anytime. Very few people are going to go like you and I did it, but we're idiots.
Yeah.
Very few people are going to go back and watch the Emmys after they're over.
So you want to know the winners?
I saw some of them.
Succession, The Bear, and a show called Beef, which was the best limited series of the year.
Really
which-
good show.
I didn't
really
watch
good
it.
show.
Is it really good?
That's
Really good
that's
show.
with Ali Wong,
Yes,
right?
and
Yeah.
Stephen Yuen.
And Stephen Yuen.
Yun? Is it Yun or
Yun,
Yuen?
I think. Yun.
Yun? Stephen Yun?
I believe so.
That was Yuen.
The one thing that came out of the Emmys last night for me was I'm watching along, and how long do you think Always Sunny in Philadelphia has been on? They did a bunch of reunions. How long do you think
I
Sunny
didn't
has been
think it was still on now.
It is still on right now.
It is
it's
on.
an
Oh,
amazing show.
it,
I'd say.
I thought it was on for like 5 years and ended.
So oh God, no! It has at least 18 seasons.
It is exactly 18
Yeah.
seasons. Can you believe 18 years? I've never seen it.
It's
I saw it once.
Hilarious.
It's good. It's like it's a little weird, but
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, it's.
I mean,
good.
I love Rob McElhenney. I watched his other show, the one on HBO.
Wrexham?
No, not Wrexham. The one where he's outer space.
Oh no! Wait, outer space.
Yeah,
Did
he's spaceship.
any of you guys watch the BlackBerry movie?
Yes, it's excellent.
Was that McElhenney? And it's somebody from
No.
Always
That's
Sunny in
Glenn
Phil-
Howerton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who
Oh.
has like a full head of hair?
Yeah.
Oh, when he did the BlackBerry movie, he was bald.
Right,
He was
right.
He either shaved his head or was doing a bald thing.
Okay,
Always Sunny is one of the best shows that's ever been on TV, and it's hilarious. And Charlie Day is quite possibly the best actor on it.
Okay. How long has Grey's Anatomy been on?
I would think about that long too.
Same, about 20 years maybe.
20 years, exactly.
I haven't seen Grey's Anatomy in at least 15 years.
I watched the
have-
first 3 seasons, and then it started being all about the relationships. And I'm like, I'm out.
I've not seen Grey's Anatomy since ever.
All right,
Never.
so here's a weird thing. I really liked the first 3 years of The Crown on
Oh,
Netflix.
The Crown is
when
great.
Claire Foy played Queen Elizabeth.
First 2 years, yeah.
And then when she left, I got off. And the
missed
other
it.
day I walked in and Lisa's watching it, and there's like William and Harry.
Yeah.
Like it's still on.
Oh, it's still.
I haven't watched it since Claire Foy left.
This was the final season of The Crown. I finished it last week. It's excellent. All the Lady Diana stuff is fantastic.
I would think.
Elizabeth Debicki. Okay, how long has Law and Order SVU been on?
Oh, forever.
35.
I would say 30 years, probably.
You went over there. It's
32.
25 years. But 25 years, Mariska
right.
Hargitay, how many crimes can there be?
Well,
she is
solves,
so busy.
She solves them all.
Yeah.
Love her.
She's great.
She was at UCLA when I was there.
I love her. She's
Everybody
gorgeous.
wanted to date her.
She's
You
gorgeous.
should have seen her when she was in college.
Really?
Oh, like the whole
Gorgeous.
school wanted to date her. She was really pretty. Still is.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
How long has The Simpsons been on?
That's what I was
Simpsons
gonna
has
Forever?
been on way
That's
longer.
30 plus.
Yeah, that's over 30 years. That's over 30.
Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives, Simpsons, and 60 Minutes have been on forever.
Meet the Press, I think, is
Yeah.
the
Like
longest.
60 years.
34 seasons for The Simpsons.
Wow.
And SNL's been on forever.
Yeah, that's 50 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be 50, I think, next year.
But Bill Nuss just sent me a thing. They left Robert Blake out of the memoriam. If you kill somebody, you don't get to be
Yeah,
in the
no,
memoriam. You know,
yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah, no, you're not. When OJ dies,
Yeah,
not going to be
you're
in
not
the
gonna be in the memoriam. Yeah.
Who do you think the last person was in the in memoriam? I always think that's like the coveted in memoriam spot.
I'm trying to think of the.
Is there really the coveted
It's the
spot?
Well, no, it
when
is
I
the-
die
you're
on
the-
the
memoriam.
last
You're
one?
the biggest deal.
Yeah, the
The
biggest
last
deal.
one?
I'm going to guess. I don't know who it was. I'm going to guess Don Rickles.
Not Don Rickles.
I don't know.
Got a
who died
guess?
last year.
Got a
No.
guess, Brian?
I have no idea.
Who died last
Matthew
year?
Perry.
Laura? Oh, Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
Biggest of the bunch.
Yeah.
Hey, I won 5,000 mythical dollars last night.
You did.
Lakers plus 2.5, and they look great. By the way, Mythical Money brought to you by Prize Picks, the largest and number one daily fantasy sports platform in North America. New members, go to prizepicks.com/710. Use code 710 for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. They make our Mythical Money picks easy.
All right, so the Lakers are 20-21 this year.
Yes.
Okay. But if you want to know why they get so much national press and why the Lakers are such a big deal, take a look at last night. All right, this was an Oklahoma City team that was a half game behind Minnesota for the best record in the West.
Right.
And they're only one game behind Boston for the best record in the NBA. So they come in, the Lakers beat Oklahoma City in Oklahoma on December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas.
Yes.
So this was the rematch in which OKC was going to come back and get their revenge. They just had an off night on the 23rd. And the Lakers beat them again. A week ago Sunday, the Clippers had won 14 of 16 games. They were just rolling people. They run into the Lakers, and the Lakers beat them again for the second time this year. So somewhere in there, somewhere in the makeup of the Lakers, there's a championship caliber team. I don't know why they're 20-21. I don't. But the reason they scare the crap out of people is if LeBron and AD show up on the same night, you're in big trouble. And here's my observation. Beginning of the year, last year in the playoffs, they started D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves in the backcourt, and they got on a roll. They knocked out Memphis. They knocked out Golden State.
Yep.
Made it to the Western Conference Finals, ran into Denver, and got bounced. This year, they didn't come out of the gate great, and so Darvin started messing with the lineup and started playing guys who are more defense-oriented.
Right.
Cam Reddish, Vanderbilt, those guys. What I have noticed over the past two games, the loss on Saturday night in Utah, where LeBron didn't play, and again last night, where they combined for something like 29 points and 16 assists.
Yep.
Reeves and Russell have to be the starting backcourt. They just do. It's an offensive league.
For right now.
There are teams throwing up 140 points a night. There was a game this week between Milwaukee and Sacramento, and the final score was 143-142, and it didn't even go overtime.
It did go overtime.
Oh,
that game did go overtime?
It did go
okay.
overtime. It was
Okay.
128-128, and then went to overtime.
in the outside. But, I mean, the offense has never been as high as it's been in 20 years as it is this year. You have to be able to score. And so I understand what Darvin was doing when he tried to put Cam Reddish and Vanderbilt in the starting lineup. He wanted to go defense
Just
first.
not enough firepower.
Not enough offense.
Yeah.
I want to see Reeves and Russell out there together a lot, and I think you're going to moving forward.
Want me to throw a wet blanket over all of it?
Yeah.
I'll do it next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Baby, gotta let you know. I've gotta let you know. I want you, baby.
I do want you, baby. 2:15 in the Southland on a live imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland.
Yeah.
I want that hot tub.
It's not happening. Let's
Yeah.
come up with a different bit. Different bit. Let your imagination run
You
wild.
work out for a week with Cappy and I at the East Central every morning.
Oh, do you work out every morning at the East
When we're
Central?
together. Today we bench pressed and we spotted each other.
He's not even here.
What do you mean?
Is Cappy in town?
Yeah, we were at Yamava. We came. I should know.
Is
I
he
worked
here
out with
today?
him this
Is he
morning.
here today?
Yes, he was here in that other room for
Oh,
4
okay.
hours doing the
Yeah,
Cappy
good.
cast.
Did
All right.
Sedano go to Yamava?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so he's better now. He's
He's
better
over
from what?
it. Yeah.
From COVID.
Oh,
he had
yeah,
COVID.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
He came through it.
He was
okay.
on TV right now.
Yeah, he's on.
Oh, okay.
Good.
He'll be in here in a
Yeah,
second.
he's back.
Okay,
good.
good.
What else?
You said you were going to throw a wet blanket on my Laker
Okay.
theory. What is it?
Do you want to go right to it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. John, I was so enthusiastic when I came in here today about the Lakers. I thought
they beat
looked,
the Thunder?
They look well. Thunder, one of the best teams in the league. I thought they played really well. I thought the lineup worked really well. I thought offensively they looked good. 6 guys in double figures, all that stuff. So Trevor Lane covers the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
He says that the Lakers average a league worst 23 wide open threes given up per game. Last night they shot 49. They gave up 34 wide open threes. So they were technically not defending the arc. They were just missing.
Right. I can't remember if I did this on the air or not, but I asked one of the Laker assistant coaches the other day, what would happen if we just, instead of protecting the basket like we do,
Right.
we took away the three-pointer? In other words, our defense focused on running guys off the three-point line, and we were weak at the rim,
Right.
but really strong on the outside. He said you could do it, but Anthony Davis would pick up 3 fouls in the first half and he'd be in trouble because he'd be the only guy down there. So you got to be a little bit careful. He said, but you can do it sometimes. And I look at that, what you're bringing up, that stat. When the Lakers lose, they normally get hammered from beyond the arc.
Right.
When they lost earlier this month to Miami, they were minus 36. And one game later, they lost to Memphis. They were minus 39.
Right.
In other words, the Heat hit 13 more threes than the Lakers did. Or the Grizzlies hit 13 more and the Heat hit 12 more. You got to get that number down. You got to reduce it. And the only way to do it is either play better defense or shoot more yourself.
Right.
And unless we make a trade.
They're last in taking threes in the league.
Unless we make a trade, we're not going to shoot more ourselves.
But
so I would actually, I think Trevor makes a fair point, and I would actually alter my defense a little bit to run people off the line.
Yeah. Bergman, you're the one that threw the Trevor Lane stuff at me, and all of a sudden I had a bad feeling about the Lakers when I was coming in with a really good mood.
Completely changed your mind on the Lakers.
Literally, he showed me this. I'm like, oh, damn, they just missed a lot of shots.
Gosh, you just sway in the wind, don't you?
Oh, no. I mean,
either way.
No, I changed my opinion based on new information.
Mace, keep in mind, Greg, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'll let you get to your point. But keep in mind that most teams, as a team, shoot 35% from three. So that means if you give a team 3, 65% chance they're going to miss it. A lot of teams will live with
By the way, Lakers opponents shoot 42% from 3.
Right, so
especially on wide open.
68%.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
42% on wide open threes. So they just missed. Your 2 things, they didn't do either one of those things. They didn't do. What were the 2 things that you just said that they had to do?
Either take more.
They took 24, so they did not take more.
Yeah, they did not take more.
Or do a better job of defending the other team taking.
And they didn't defend the arc.
Gave up 49 threes, and 34 of them were wide open
Right,
threes.
but how many did they make?
I think they made 15, but that's not because of their defense. That's because they missed wide open threes. Well, guys like Lou Dort was like 3 of 8. And
there were guys that
Shea
are
Gilgeous-Alexander was 1 of 6. Isaiah Joe was 0 of 6. Like, they were just missing their shots.
Right, but a lot of times what coaches will tell me is we want them taking threes because we think if we force them into taking a bunch of threes, they'll go cold.
But that's your whole thing, is that this is a 3-point league, and you have to be able to make your 3-pointers.
But
and
I don't care about the attempts as much as I care about the makes.
Do you care about them being wide open?
Well, are they making them or not?
Well, last night they weren't.
Well, then let them shoot.
But they allowed the most wide open threes of any team in the league.
If they're not making them, let them shoot. But if they come down and hit 3 in a row, you got to go run them off the line.
The other thing that I wanted to come in today and say, that's, let's be honest. The way the team is currently constructed, they are not a championship team, period. They're not going to win a championship the way they are right now.
Who in a 7-game series in the West do you think knocks the Lakers out for sure?
John,
Denver.
They've got the 5th worst record in the Western Conference. Right. I believe a lot of those teams beat the Lakers in 7 games.
For sure.
What's that?
Okay, the number 1 team is Minnesota.
They would win.
Okay,
Minnesota would win.
Here's the thing. The Lakers
Young and quick.
have played Minnesota really tough this year. Matter of fact, LeBron hit a 3 that they said his foot was on the line, and it wasn't, that would have sent the last game in Minnesota into overtime. If the Lakers draw Minnesota in the first round, that is not a lock that Minnesota's going to win. Oklahoma City's number 2, okay? We've beat them 2 out of 3 games.
Right.
All right? Denver's number 3. Denver scares me.
Yeah, Denver's going to beat them.
All right, number 4 is the Clippers. We're 2-0 against them. All right? Sacramento, number 5. Yeah. Sacramento's never done anything in the playoffs. Went out in the first round last year. I think I would pick the Lakers.
But you're going through 10 teams. The point is they're the 10 seed right now.
Right. No, I'm only going.
We got to get real about this team.
Right. I'm only going through the teams that they've already played. So let me keep
regular
going.
season and postseason, very different.
Right.
worlds.
But Greg, in postseason, the Lakers are better. Usually, they're not worse.
No, but if they have to make a move to get to the postseason to be better. Because
right,
this team right now is not beating
the team
any of these
is
teams
constructed is not. Rob
So-
Pelinka needs to do something pretty radical right now if he wants this team to have a shot at his championship.
So right now, if the season ended today, the Lakers would be the 10 seed. So they'd have to get into the play-in tournament like they did last year.
Right.
They'd play Utah in the first game.
Yeah.
Utah they beat by 35 earlier in the year.
The play-in tournament
and
is
they
the
almost
play-in
beat
tournament.
them.
Yeah.
They almost beat them the other night without LeBron.
Right.
All right, so Utah, I think they can win. So if they win that, they play the winner of Phoenix and New Orleans. That's the 7-8.
Right.
Okay. They're 3-1 against Phoenix, and they beat New Orleans by 44. This is why the Lakers are so frustrating, because you could make a case that they're always, in a matchup, have a chance to win. The one team that scares me is Denver.
I mean, you can
I don't
say
have an
the-
answer for Denver, but everybody else, the Lakers have had success against.
Yeah.
They have had a success, but what's happening with this team currently constructed is that you have a team
What are you
giving
doing
up
with
these.
the mic? There's so much noise. You're throwing your phone in front of the mic.
Stop
He's
hacking.
They're leaving guys wide open at the 3-point line, and even so that like OKC missed their shots. If they were being guarded and they were
Right.
making them or
I
missing
just,
them, I'm fine
I just
with
think there needs to be a reality check here. I mean, you can name particular matchups and all that stuff.
Okay, so let's talk facts. If you
Right.
want it to be a reality check, they've played the Thunder
Right.
twice in the last 3 weeks.
Right.
Once in Oklahoma and again last night.
Sure.
Lakers beat them both times. I mean, you can
But
say
they
missed open
have
shots.
won,
Did they do that twice?
They have won 20 games and they have lost 21.
I know.
They are not a great basketball team.
Mace.
They're not a championship basketball
We're
team.
exactly halfway through the season.
Right.
Okay. They're 20 and 21. 41 games. We play 82. Last year, when they made it to the Western Conference Finals, they were 20 and 21.
He's got you there, Mace.
Matter of fact, they were 19 and 22.
So, okay.
This team's actually better.
So, rainbows and unicorns, you believe this team can win a championship?
I think they're going to make a trade.
They have to make a trade.
And
that's why they made the Western Conference Final, because they made the trades.
They made the trades. They made moves.
If they don't make a trade, I think it'll be really hard. But
Yeah.
talk to me after they make a trade.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
Rob's made a trade at the deadline every year.
At this point, Atlanta is reportedly holding out for Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
Would you do it, Mace?
Yeah, I'd do it for John
D'Angelo
Murray.
Russell and Austin Reeves and probably
John
a pick.
Murray,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. Makes him better.
I'd miss
Two-way
Reeves.
player.
I would really miss Reeves. But
Yeah, he's a great player. I love Austin Reeves, but
I can't talk about players on other
No,
teams,
you
but I
can't.
would hate to see Reeves
of course
go.
everybody
Reeves
would. But
is-
if you're going to make a move, you've got to give up something of value, and
Correct.
he is
Well,
he's a value player for them.
but what they really want is a number one pick, and you only have one you can trade, so you've got to be careful who you use it on.
But I hear all this. No, just trade D'Angelo for DeJounte Murray. I'm like, what is the
Well, the
incentive?
Hawks would have to
What is
wanna
the
do that.
incentive for Atlanta
I'm telling
to
you
make
what,
a deal
you
like
guys,
that?
watch it. Just look at D'Angelo the last 2 games. He's figured something out. He's playing really well, and so if they don't end up trading him, I'm happy. I think he's. I mean, I'm biased because I like him, but Russell's last 2 games, he had 39, season high 39 in Utah on Saturday night, and last night he was great.
What did we
Yeah,
say?
but no LeBron.
yeah, I'm just saying.
What did we say they have to do in January? They have 12 games in January. What did we say they have to do? What's the record?
Well, they have 15 games in January, but 12 are here.
12 are here. That's
Yeah.
the streak I'm talking about.
You just said they had to have a winning record, right?
yeah, they're 3-4 so far.
Yeah.
They have
Michael
next
thinks,
5 games of crypto.
Michael thinks I think this is optimistic, but he thinks they're going to go 4-0 this week.
Yeah, he's nutty.
Well, but so far so good. One
That
is
was part of his
I mean,
Michael's keys to the game last night.
The Thunder were favored last night and they beat them. And by the way, Dallas has beat us twice, and we
Yeah.
got to play them tomorrow night. Now, here's the
We don't
interesting
know
thing.
on Luka, right?
Right.
He didn't play for my fantasy team last night, so
missed,
I know.
He's missed 3 games in a row, which is rare for him. I think
Yeah.
it's the first time in his career. So I wouldn't be surprised if Luka plays tomorrow. But the last time we played Dallas, Kyrie didn't play, and the Mavericks won anyway because Dante Exum went off and hit 7 of 9 threes. Talk about open threes.
Yeah, right.
They just didn't guard him. But
Normally, you don't have to guard Dante
let's see.
Exum.
Yeah, let's see how they do tomorrow. And by the way, programming note. This is important. Listen to me, people. It's not on all the schedules because the schedules were printed earlier in the season, and this came out later. Tomorrow night's game starts early, 5:30. ABC TV picked it up, and they're going to run it nationally across the country because they figure they got Luka, Kyrie, LeBron, AD. So it's going to be on ABC 7. It's also going to be on Spectrum Sportsnet, and it starts at 5:30. You'll see other schedules, other time. Ignore all of them.
5:30.
5:30 tomorrow is the tip, and that's it. And then on Friday, it's back to normal. But Friday's a 7:30 tip against Brooklyn. But tomorrow night, one time only,
Yes.
5:30 tip.
So Dante Exum, he had what, 9 threes in
7
that
of
game?
9.
7 of 9.
Career high.
And yeah, in 30 games this season, how many total 3-pointers made do you think he has?
Well, before that game, he hardly had any. I would say he has less than 20.
No, he has 28. So
Okay.
7 of those 28
He only
in the
shot 28
season.
threes so far?
No, he's only made.
by the way,
he's only
Greg,
made 28
Greg,
threes.
in that game,
Yeah.
where he made 7 out of 9, he was shooting 14% from 3 before that. And so the Lakers just let him have it,
Yeah.
and he made him pay.
By the way, Brian Cohen, I need you to pull all of that. That's when Ireland was spitting facts and just knocking you and Bergman down. Because when we have to do one of those Lakers believe promos.
Oh, wait a minute. So you believe they're going to win a championship?
Guess what? I'm going to pull the biggest.
No, do you believe they're going to win a
360?
championship? Do you believe it's a championship team?
Why not? That's why we have to believe.
Why not? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Or no. Yes. Okay. Pull that.
Pull that. Yeah.
All I gotta say is, if
Well, you believed in a team that we knew wasn't
If-
going to go past the
if
first
you
round of the
guys-
playoffs.
if
It was a playoff team.
That's
Yeah.
barely. If
you
they could
guys-
just see the Saints, the Giants, and the Commanders in the playoffs, they'd be fine.
10-win team, dude.
Yeah, I think the Rams overachieved this year.
Oh, they absolutely did. Don't ask Morales.
Okay, by the way, I want to when we come back, I want to play a song for you. I'm in a mood for a song, and I feel like singing. And
You feel like singing?
I do, but I don't know if I can be as good as former Raider Chandler Jones, who has created his own original song. Now, Chris and I love music.
Yeah.
Chris, we'll be hard-pressed to beat Chandler
This
Jones.
thing is brilliant.
And
Okay.
we'll play it for you next.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We'll do that coming up. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, let me tell you about iSpot Active. You got to go to this website, iSpotActive.com. I believe in cryotherapy because I'm active, and I personally, I think that if you're active, you need to do something to treat soreness. Because as you get older, you're just going to get more sore. And iSpot Active has created a better way to ice.
The older you get, the sorer you get,
Yeah, it's
right?
very true.
And that's what you have to look forward to.
Yeah, I know. It's sad but true. So back pain is the thing that when you get to be my age, a lot of people struggle with. If you're driving too long, if you're riding bikes, if you're hiking, back pain is no fun. iSpot Active has the answer for treating your pain and soreness. It's a revolutionary way to ice your body on the go. iSpot Active has sleeveless compression shirts where you put ice-cold gel packs and slide them into the shirt. It's awesome. Form-fitting, feels incredible when you have it on. If you have pain in your elbows and shoulders, get the long sleeve to cover your whole back, shoulders, and elbows. The pants cover your thighs, knees, and shins. And boy, does that feel great after running, tennis, or working out in any way. iSpot Active is recovery gear for everyday aches and pains. I asked the iSpot guys to run a flash sale for our listeners yesterday and today. Flash sale is still going on. My buddy James Worthy is one of the owners of this company. He swears by this stuff, and you will too. So one-day flash sale, 30% off with a coupon code FLASH710. Go to iSpotActive.com, ICEBOD active.com, and get yours. You won't be sorry. FLASH710 at iSpotActive.com.
Mother's Day, laughing and hiding.
Over on Thunder Island.
Mace, if you get this, I'll be very impressed. You get this, I'll give you $10.
Such a great one of the Yacht Rock classics. Mount Rushmore of Yacht Rock, Jack. Live Imaging Tuesday on Mason
Crosby,
Island.
Stills, and Nash.
What? They didn't sing
You're
Yacht
about
Rock.
I don't know.
20 years off. Jay Ferguson.
Yeah,
it was
you
his
never
one
would've
hit.
got- By the way, you play these every week for me. They never stick.
I know.
never remember who performed the
Well,
songs.
you don't remember what you had for lunch yesterday,
true.
so
That's
I
true.
count on that.
All right, so John, there's a musical bit
Okay.
here.
Now, Chris,
Yes.
you and I are music aficionados.
Absolutely right.
And there's been a lot of coaching news lately. And Chandler Jones, of course, played for the Patriots, and he played for my Raiders. Then he kind of spun off the planet, and he no longer plays for our Raiders.
Yeah, you got one a little sideways.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean he doesn't have a song in his heart. And he has decided to sing about Bill Belichick. Check this out.
Oh, Bill Belichick. Oh, how I miss you.
Yeah.
I just want to kiss you.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
He's got some soul in there.
Serious lyrics.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I've heard that.
They just got rid of you.
Yeah,
That didn't rhyme as well as it
doesn't
could have.
rhyme at all.
Hey, leave him alone.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
Again with the Bill Belichick.
Want me make some stew.
Let's make stew.
Let's make stew.
Stu, leave him alone. He's making
Oh,
stew.
Bill Belichick.
That again.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
Oh,
I think he
God.
may be running out of lyrics.
You think?
In Jupiter. With Mr. Kraft and them.
You're at Jupiter.
You'll be in Jupiter in Florida.
Florida.
Oh,
Okay, got
Bill
it.
Belichick.
I think that was a massage joke.
Not
Yeah.
the planet, but the city.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I get that part. Cut ahead to the line, the lyric here.
He's not going to say it again, is he?
Didn't flatten that ball.
Didn't flatten that ball.
It was Tom Brady.
Oh, Tom Brady flattened the ball.
Now,
Yeah.
Chris, I don't know about you,
You didn't spygate.
but
You didn't Spygate.
You didn't deflategate.
You didn't deflate.
Now that
neither
rhymed.
one.
That
Didn't do
rhymed.
either one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Bill Belichick.
Yes.
Okay, got that again.
He's innocent.
He's innocent.
he's innocent.
Yeah.
So why fire him?
Why fire him?
Well, you didn't really get fired. I mean,
So
Oh,
why
that's it.
fire him?
we recarded that.
Yeah, wait, little clip there.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
Now, if this was for sale on iTunes, I'm buying. How about
I'd throw
you,
down
Mace?
that 99 cents in immediately.
That 99 cents is well worth Chandler Jones. Oh, come on, man.
Do you know the song he was singing to?
I'm going to say it was Van Morrison, Tupelo Honey.
No. Well, that's a good pull, but it was Etta James. I'd rather go blind.
Oh, okay.
Etta James right now is somewhere. Very proud.
It's a final.
Oh, yeah, she's...
No,
is
no,
it-
I know.
I don't know if... Is it a final for Etta?
I think so. I think Etta's been not with us for a while. But either way, legendary performer, great songs. She is
Chandler
smiling
Jones.
down
Oh,
on
I
Chandler
thought you were
Jones.
talking about legendary Chandler Jones performance.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
Now, say what you will about that song,
Yeah.
but you know, all of us will be singing that later today driving home.
It is a little
It's
sticky.
an earworm.
It
You
is a little
can't get it out
sticky.
of your head. Play it again, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
One
I
more
like it.
time.
Let's go.
I mean, if,
Oh, Bill Belichick.
Oh, beautiful,
yeah,
man.
now this is what you gotta belt
How
out
I
in your
miss
car.
you.
Mace, you want to
James.
slow dance to this?
He wants to kiss you.
Etta James still with us?
Kiss
No,
you.
no, 2012.
Yeah, it's a final.
2012.
Wild.
Hail, fellow, well met.
Belichick.
Hail, madam.
Hail, madam,
Well met.
Yeah.
Don't want to
Come on,
insult
Mace.
Etta.
Okay.
I personally, I think that's award-winning right there. I think he's got.
What
I think,
award?
I think if he goes on The Voice, 2-chair turn.
Two-chair, right. He could probably go on The Masked Singer.
Yeah, I know that.
That one, you put the furry head on and
Blake,
you can sing.
Blake Shelton will
You say
turn
furry,
around
huh?
because he likes bits. Is he
Blake
still
Shelton
on that
has
show?
left. My mom tells me he has left.
All right,
That's
so
her
who's
favorite.
on? Niall Horan's on there now, right?
Niall
and
Horan.
Reba's on there.
Reba, okay.
And then who else? Is Gwen Stefani
Adam
still on
Levine
there?
still on
No,
there?
he's been
No,
long
he's
gone.
I think
gone.
Chance the Rapper's on there.
Chance the Rapper?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, Chance?
Chance is turning for
so.
Chandler Jones.
I used to wear that Chance the Rapper I had like every day in 2017.
I kicked him out of his seat once.
You kicked him out of his seat?
Where were you?
I remember
at a
that
Laker game.
I remember that when you kicked him out.
Yeah, I was in a Laker game.
And he
it
was sitting in your seat?
No, it was the only time I've ever sat courtside. And we went to go sit down in the courtside seats.
Were
and
they
he was
good
sitting,
karma seats or something?
No, it was before.
Okay.
Way
They
before
were Tim
karma.
McCarthy seats back
yes,
then.
they were Tim McCarthy seats, and Chance was sitting in our seats. And we're like, I'm sorry, but you're in our seats, and we had to move to the other side. I felt really bad for kicking him out.
Mace, you have Laura bringing you coffee?
Last night was Mace. You would have enjoyed being there last night because what happened was,
What kind of prima donna are you?
he's sick.
I'm having voice problems. I'm here grinding away, dude.
We don't need you. We got John. We don't need
Get
you.
off my friggin' back. All right.
I'm on your
back.
back. I'm on your back with the furry
If
mask
he
on.
leaves, Chris, I'm blaming
Whoa.
you. Mace, last night, down to my left, I think Jay Moore hooked everybody up because they were all here for the Emmys.
Yeah.
But down to my left, Colin Jost, Jeff Ross, Dave Chappelle.
Wow.
It was like Comedy Central down to
Wow.
you know where I sit.
Yes.
Down in those fancy new seats to the left
Yep.
were all the people that had straggled in from the Emmys across the street.
Nice.
So it was kind of a fun night to be there. And tomorrow, are you going to still go tomorrow?
Yes, I'm
or-
going
okay.
tomorrow.
So I think there'll be a lot of empty seats because, number one, people don't know how to get to a 5:30 game.
Right.
And number two, they are not aware that it's a 5:30 game, even though I'm preaching to the choir. Show up at 5:30 tomorrow.
You know why I'm going tomorrow?
Because you get home at a decent
Because
hour?
it's a 5:30
Yeah.
game. I love these 5:30 games.
By the way, no
Now,
combo play tomorrow. You'll go all the way till 4.
Yes.
Yeah, we
We'll
are
be
going.
here
We
the
are going
entire
to
time.
4, and Chris, you'll be happy to know. I'm glad you asked. Potpourri of Lies at 3:40 tomorrow.
I want to share a mic with Pepe again.
Hey, I swear on my family's life, Pepe stands up and waves last night, and Michael and I were scouting the seats like a hawk for anyone waving at Pepe. Not one person. No one.
Tomorrow night, I will orchestrate the crowd to wave to Pepe.
We're going to go down to the bottom and get everyone to raise
everybody.
up
Come
and
on, everybody,
wave to
wave.
Pepe.
Hey.
Well, hey, tell Cody or whoever else is doing social to get a picture of it because there is zero evidence that anyone has
So
ever
it's a-
waved back at Pepe
By the way,
Montilla.
except when we're doing the show live in the South Bay.
Oh,
where
that was ridiculous.
everybody
Pepe
is
showed up
waving.
yesterday at Ralph's in Redondo, and it was like, we are the world.
He's a
It wa-
superstar.
Yeah,
No,
they
he is.
love
Yeah.
Pepe.
People love Pepe.
Who doesn't?
Well, ever since he started talking about whores.
Horses. He started talking about
Play
horses.
it, Brian. You tell me what this sounds like.
Play the tape.
Tell me this is horses, okay? You tell me. Brian, hit it. Oh, you're looking for it? You don't have it?
Yeah, don't have it.
Okay.
We play it so much, I would have thought.
Yeah, I would have thought there was,
We bulked the cart.
The horse.
Oh, we did it in stereo.
There's no,
that's
there's
great.
no
In
two
stereo.
syllables there.
In stereo, we're
The
available.
horse. There's only one syllable in horse too. I think it's just. Didn't he mean to say horse?
He said horse. Then when he's trying to say horse, we can say that. We can't say the actual word you want to say.
Right, but listen, tell me what he says.
we
Play
can say
it
that.
again.
You can say it's not that for
We can say that.
The horse.
Yeah, we know what he's saying.
Yeah,
The horse.
a horse.
Because Michael right after said, "Did you say the?"
He said what?
Yeah, it was great.
Sedano goes, what?
The other misconception out there is Chris. People don't realize that what Michael and Pepe are doing is a bit.
Oh, sure.
They think they don't like each other. Michael was the one who brought Pepe in here.
Right.
Michael and Pepe are friends. I mean, it's hilarious that people think they hate
Oh
each other.
my God.
Yeah, it is.
Years ago, Gary Payton, after a game when he was with the Lakers, said Horace, but it sounded like horse. Horse got big production, and that was a drop for like 5 years.
You play it?
Oh,
a
we used to
lot?
play it back then when that team was
okay,
together.
so Radio Michael, Coconut Michael, who we got to meet yesterday.
Yeah, Abdul.
Abdul says to me, "Hey, John, from last night, this actually happened in the game." I said on the air, "Hey, Michael, Colin Jost is here tonight." And Michael said, "Who is Colin Jost?" I only watch sports and YouTube. I said, "Come on, Michael, he's on Saturday Night Live." I stopped watching SNL after John Candy.
After John Candy.
And I said to
Wow.
Michael, he was never on SNL. And he thinks for a minute and he goes, Chris Farley. That's what
There
I
you
meant.
go.
Chris Farley and John Candy.
See,
are
that's
the
big
same
guy discrimination there.
Right.
We don't
All right,
all look
coming
alike.
up next is What's Up, Fool?
Yeah, we're gonna
we'll
do
get
it.
Laura in here and Brian in here.
All
and
kinds
Greg
of
in
stuff
here.
coming up. In the meantime, hey, if you are injured in an accident, you need to immediately see a doctor and get back on the road to recovery. That's important. But what happens if you call your doctor and they don't have an opening for a week or 2 weeks? when you call Jacob, you know he's going to handle all aspects of your case. That includes getting you a doctor's appointment, usually the same day with a doctor in your area. And if the doctor doesn't get paid until the end of your case, so you don't have to pay a penny out of pocket to get the health care you need. Even if you're in between jobs or don't have health insurance, Jacob can immediately get you the medical attention that you deserve. John, yesterday, a guy walked up to me at Ralph's in Redondo Beach and showed me a picture of a check that Jacob and Ronnie got him for an accident situation. He said Jacob was fantastic, won the case.
Bergman, is Jacob coming in here today?
Yeah, I think we're doing a little game of games. It's my game today. Hey, if you're injured in an accident, call Jacob. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com and make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram. Go to @call.jacob for great advice and prizes and more. Mesa and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Each weekday at 2:45, What's Up, Fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so we've talked about Jim Harbaugh possibly going to the Chargers and other different places.
Yep.
Well, he's still not technically done with Michigan. He could still sign an extension with Michigan, but he has some crazy stipulations to sign back on with Michigan.
Okay.
Listen to some of these and then tell me what you think of it. So he is seeking immunity from termination stemming from any finding or sanction that could result from multiple ongoing NCAA investigations into the program. This is from Yahoo Sports' Dan Wetzel.
Okay.
Also, he wants a stipulation that prohibits athletic director Ward Manuel from firing him for cause, with the power of that decision instead going to a 3-member arbitration panel. So you're not allowed to be fired in any way, essentially. And then there's also one last thing. He wants to move the start date of the new agreement to February 15th so it'll lower the buyout to if an NFL team wants him. What is he doing here?
I think he is doing what you do if you think you're leaving. I remember one time. How candid can I be here?
Just be candid. Be
very.
candid. Extremely.
This is our
One
show.
time, Mason
No
and
one's
I
listening but us, Steve.
were. I was working.
Oh, I didn't know it involved me. Yeah,
Okay.
Please don't tell this one.
All right, I was working somewhere, but Mason was the bigger issue. He was doing a show with Philly Billy Werndell in San Diego.
Billy Werndell.
And a guy named Ray Calusa, the late Ray Calusa, called me and he goes, I want to put you and Mason back together on the radio. And I said, well, Mason's spoken for. He's working with Bill Werndell down in San Diego, and I'm happy. I'm doing the Lakers. I'm working for Fox Sports Radio on the weekends. Everything's good with me. And he said, just meet with me. And we went and met with him, and we said, Ray, we're not available, but out of courtesy, we'll meet with you. And he goes, I want you guys to dream big and come back to me with a proposal.
Right.
He goes, you guys both say you're not available. What would get you available? So Mason and I talked, and we asked for a bunch of ridiculous stuff. And he came back and he goes, you got it. Done. That's what Harbaugh's doing. Harbaugh is saying, okay, I don't think I want to stay here, but
If I do, I have as much leverage. I'm going to use it like crazy.
My leverage for everything it's got. And think about this, Greg.
You can't fire me.
If they say no to any of it, Harbaugh just goes, okay, I'm leaving to go to the NFL anyway.
goes to the NFL.
But if they say yes, he has another option that's really palatable.
I mean, if
it's
you have
amazing.
leverage, why not use it?
Sure. I mean, it's amazing, though. He's saying you can't fire me for ongoing investigations. You can't fire me just yourself for cause.
Right.
It has to go to a panel.
So, Greg, by the way, I should warn you now that you're in management. If Mason and I get another big offer to go somewhere else, that's the type of stuff we're going to demand of you. You can't fire us. We want our start date rolled back.
3-person panel.
Yeah, we want Mondays off to play golf at Riviera.
I don't want any green M&Ms.
Yeah, it is gonna be absurd. And you're gonna go, what is wrong with these idiots? And then you're gonna say, well, I know what they're doing now. They got a better offer, so you're either going to.
I'm going to say, bye.
Yeah, that's right.
That-
You're going to say, see ya.
But do you think Michigan will do that?
Michigan, I think Michigan.
They don't
may
have a
come back-
better option.
No, of course not. So
I think Michigan
may-
should give him absolutely
Harbaugh
everything.
is
All of
doing,
it.
Greg, Harbaugh's doing what I would do if I was Harbaugh. He's asking for the moon.
Yeah, he's doing, and it's absolutely the right thing to do. I agree with you.
Yeah,
and
that's-
I think
that's what's
if
going on there.
If Michigan's smart, they say, sure, you get
Yeah,
it all.
absolutely.
And
Yeah, whatever you need.
Right.
You own the
If
school.
we can keep you for another year, whatever you need.
By the way, I heard Nick Saban did that all the time. Like every time he won another national title at Alabama and somebody would start a rumor that Texas was trying to talk to him, Alabama would just say, okay, what do you want?
So should Michigan go back and say, okay, then we need a clause on our side that you can't
No, they don't
leave.
they don't have any leverage.
So that you can't leave for this amount of years.
Yeah, they don't have any leverage. They can't do it.
He's 60,
okay,
by the
so
way.
for example, like when LeBron was a free agent and he went to Miami, or when he went back to Cleveland, or when he came to the Lakers, he could ask for anything, and he was in the prime of his career, and he got to the finals every year. No matter what he asked for, the teams were going to give him. And if the team said no, he could just go to one of the other options.
We've had this story for a couple of weeks, but let me throw this at you. Yamamoto, the new Dodgers starter.
Yep.
His contract includes a personal trainer, a physical therapist, an interpreter, 4 business class round-trip airline tickets, 1 premium economy airline ticket, and best efforts to make Japanese food available. So what I want to know is who's the person who's friends with Yamamoto who's getting the economy class ticket?
Well, my guess is those guys never travel alone. So what my thought would be is Yamamoto travels up front and the interpreter goes back and sits in coach.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. But, I mean, they're down to plane tickets in that deal.
So remember that one Laker team, Greg, that had Shaq, Kobe, Malone, Peyton, and Phil Jackson was the coach?
2004? Is that what?
Right. So Malone and Peyton, who are on their way to the Hall of Fame, agreed to play for the minimum. But they were able to ask for everything else. So they got suites and hotel rooms, and they got personal assistants that traveled with us, and whatever didn't violate the collective bargaining agreement they asked for, and the Lakers were going for it, and they said sure, take it. That's what Harbaugh's doing. That's all he's doing.
Smart.
Yeah, I agree.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys, this is a crazy stat that this is the first playoffs without Brady and Manning since 1998. Just let that sink in a
What
little
about
bit.
last year?
Brady was still on the Bucks last year.
Did they make the playoffs?
They did, yeah.
It feels like longer.
It does feel like longer.
Yeah.
But this since 1998, the first playoffs without Brady and Peyton Manning.
Got it.
Now it's going to be the third matchup between Mahomes and Josh Allen. First time that Mahomes is going on the road in his playoff career, too, which is insane to me.
Right.
But they're the two that are next up, right? This is the next Brady and Manning.
I think so. And to back up your other point, which I think is really interesting, I think he's played 7 playoff games, and not counting Super Bowls.
Right, obviously.
And they've all been in Kansas City.
Yeah.
So he's obviously played at a neutral site, but he's never had to go into like Buffalo and win there in a playoff game. So that, by the way, if you could only watch one playoff game this weekend, isn't that the one?
Yeah, that's the
100%.
one. I've seen those guys play again. Man.
2 years ago.
Amazing.
You guys
2 years ago was
this
one of the
surprises
best
me.
games.
You
The
guys
best
know
game
that-
I've ever watched in a playoff game.
Well, they
by
kept
far.
scoring.
They scored with 13 seconds left.
Yeah,
and
end of the
Tyreek
game.
Hill was like busting plays wide open. What's interesting to me, remember Buffalo 4 or 5 weeks ago didn't look like they were even going to make the playoffs? They're favored in that game. They're favored by 2.5. And that's how hot Buffalo has been lately and how nobody knows what to do with Kansas City.
If you lose your bet with Ramona, because you've got San Francisco and Baltimore, she's got the field.
Kansas City. The
It'll
winner
be
of
the
that
winner
game
of the
will
Kansas
trip me
City
up.
Buffalo game is the one that could
I agree.
screw you.
Yeah, I agree. All right,
What's
what
up,
else?
fool? All right, guys. Friend of the show, O'Shea Jackson Jr., was courtside at a Boston Celtics game a couple of nights ago.
Did you hear about this?
But
Did
he
you see
was-
what I tweeted?
He was decked out in Laker gear, which I love, unapologetically repping his team, but the Lakers weren't there. So my question to you guys, would you go into a rival's house when your team is not playing decked out in that rival's gear? So
He was
like
also in
Lakers.
a Dodger hat, too, by the way.
Dodger hat and Laker stuff. Okay.
I was very
Pretty much
proud of
LA.
O'Shea
Yeah.
when he did that. He said he got dirty looks all night, and twice they came over to him and asked him, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm repping my team. Leave me alone."
Yeah, I went into the
I love
enemy's
it.
house and he repped for us.
Right.
And I think
I
this
think,
is
Laura,
awesome, Shay.
it is a unique rivalry between the Lakers and the Celtics. I don't know. Like, for example, I would not dress head to toe in Dodger gear to go to a Giants game unless it was a Dodgers-Giants game.
right.
I wouldn't just wear a bunch of Dodgers. That's an invitation to get hit in the side of the head
Sure
with
it
a
is.
pretzel.
Sure it is.
But O'Shea,
It's different.
like what I said about him, I go, he's a real one, man.
Right.
You aren't pushing him
He's
around.
trolling. He's trolling.
I love
Boston.
it.
I think he's trolling.
love
I
it.
loved it. I
I
loved
loved it.
Cool.
I just don't
That
know if
was
we can
great.
pull it off, but I love it.
Yeah. I remember Dave
right.
Singer always used to go to Dodger Giant games, and he'd take his boys up in San Francisco, and he'd say, "I'm going to wear my Dodger jacket, my Dodger hat," and I would beg him not to.
Yeah.
Just because you never know how people are going to react. I mean, people have been beat up in parking lots and
sure,
hospitalized
sure.
over that thing.
Yeah.
But I thought what O'Shea did was really funny.
Very cool. All right, coming up next for you on Friday, John, me, Bergman, Momo, and producer Brian. I'll pick the wild card weekend games.
Who won?
I'll tell you next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. This Monday at Yacht Rock at the 909.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app. And bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
All right, Ireland, so put up a poll. Oh, thanks. This is not Yacht Rock, is it?
No,
Come sail away, Sticks?
Sticks, no.
Yeah, not
That's
Yacht
not
Rock.
Yacht
You
Rock.
want to hear this.
Here's the question.
What are you doing, Brian?
I put this out.
It's
Do
on
you
their playlist.
believe the Lakers, as currently constructed, are a championship team? John, what percent? And the choices are absolutely or no way. How do you think it voted?
70, no way.
81, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's buying. Nobody's buying. They got to
Okay.
do something. Got to do something.
I think they will. But
As currently constructed is the key to that question.
in the last 2 weeks, the hardest thing to figure out about this Laker team is their Jekyll and Hyde personality. In the last, well, what are we sitting here? On December 16th.
Right.
In the last 2 months, they've beaten Oklahoma City twice. They've beaten the Clippers twice. They have somewhere in them a championship level competitor. It just doesn't show up every night.
Yeah, got to make a move. Got to make a move.
I think they will.
Got to fix it. All right, so John, on Friday we put a little mythical money on the table. You were not here. I
I'm
apologize.
glad because I would have been tagged.
Would you?
I would have taken the Cowboys.
Okay.
I would have taken Cleveland.
Yep.
I would have taken the Rams.
Yep.
It was against
the
the
Rams
spread.
covered. Yeah,
Okay,
against
so
the spread.
the Rams would have won.
Yep.
I would have taken Buffalo.
Yep. No, Pittsburgh. You took Pittsburgh, didn't you?
Oh yeah, you're right. I would have taken Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would have won the Rams and nothing else. I would have taken the Eagles.
Right. Would you?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the way it turned out. Last night, me, Bergman, Brian all had Tampa over the Eagles. The final score from the weekend, and by the way, obviously I won because I'm bringing it up. It is Bergman 3-3, Momo 3-3, Brian 4-2.
Oh, okay.
And it is my year. 5-1 against the spread
What's
this
the
weekend.
one you missed?
Cleveland minus
I
2.5
would have
at Houston.
I also would have taken.
I thought
Cleveland.
Cleveland's defense did not show up at all in that game. So that means from now on, I'm a tout, man. You got to pay attention to my 5-1 against the spread this week. These are my best bets. I've earned it. Best bets. Will you bet with me?
Sure.
Or are you going to bet against me?
No, probably against you, but I'll pick the games with you. Yeah.
We're going to do it again?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
We only got 4 games left.
So that's $5,000 mythical dollars.
Yeah, it's going on the board for you.
What's
You're
the-
at 120 now.
120.
And Ireland's down to 85. And
How did I get to 85?
You lost your bet for Washington plus 5.5, which I don't know what that was.
Washington plus 5.5.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it was Washington. It was the
national championship
game.
right?
You lost, and then you
I
lost
lost last
Steelers,
night
and then you
to
lost last night.
Steelers.
So that's 15K.
What's the
15K.
second one?
Steelers plus 10.5 and Washington plus 5.5.
That's 2 bets.
That was 10K on Washington, 5K
Oh,
on Steelers.
okay.
Yeah,
2 bets.
yeah.
Okay. I'm getting it all back against Ramona.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, that bet. Well, how much is that for?
25.
25.
Yeah.
Nice. And yeah, so Friday we'll do that. We'll do that again. I'm on a roll. I felt really, it's funny. There's a public service announcement running right now. It's Kurt Warner.
Okay.
And I think that the advice he's giving is not being acted upon. He says, only bet what you can afford to lose and don't chase your losses. Now, don't you think most people out there are betting they don't have or money that they need, and they are chasing their losses every single week?
1,000%.
Oh, that public service announcement is useless.
All right, what's this thing with Kelly Stafford, Laura, that you were talking about?
Well, Kelly's come out and said that fans in Detroit booed her kids.
All right, I didn't think we needed to go over this again, but in light of what happened with Jerry Krause's widow and what happened to Kelly Stafford's kids and her, apparently, I'll repeat this again. In sports, families are off limits.
Yeah.
Families are off limits always. You don't go after a player's wife. You don't go after his kids. You don't go after their widows. You just don't. It is, you know what this is, Mace? It's the natural evolution of what's happening on social media,
right,
where anybody can get to anybody. But you never, ever attack families. You just don't do it. It's a terrible precedent. How would you like it if someone is attacking your mom or your kids? They have nothing to do. You want to come after the athletes? They are in the public sphere. All right. I don't even boo them.
Right.
But if you're going to boo an athlete, you can go ahead and do it. You don't boo Jerry Krause's widow. You don't boo Matthew Stafford's girls. They're 4 little girls.
Little girls, yeah.
They're all, I think, under the age of 10.
Yeah.
You just don't do it. It's it's inhumane. It's stupid and it's mean. Stop it.
Yeah. And I think that fans, let's put all this together. They were throwing snowballs at the Steelers in Buffalo.
All right, well, that violates the pool rule.
Correct.
The players are in a pool, you're outside the pool. You don't throw anything in the pool, and the pool people don't get out and come after you.
Some guy rolled up on LeBron last night during the Lakers game.
Incredibly evasive, and I'm surprised. I know all the security guys there. I'm surprised that guy didn't get clocked.
Fans booing a little old lady and a group of kids.
That's just stupid.
See, I think that fans have become, to a degree, out of control.
I agree.
Fans think everything goes, and everything does not go. And I think it's an extension of social media. The fact that you can go at somebody on social media makes you think, oh, I can go after them in real life too. No, you should not. You should not go after people in real life.
Frankly, I don't even understand booing your own team.
I don't. Philly, by the way, Philly
had to go to a silent count at home this year when they went on that losing streak. Bergman, can you imagine having to go to a silent count at home because your fans are booing you so loud your wide receiver can't hear the quarterback?
No, it's crazy. That's what you always say about Philly fans anyway. They booed Santa Claus.
Right.
So, but it's
they
a lot
would
of
say
it.
in their defense that Santa Claus was drunk.
He probably was. But what do we say about people like David Tepper who are throwing drinks on people, or Patrick Mahomes' wife throwing drinks on people?
Yeah.
How about things like that? It was,
and by the way,
that's the reverse.
Yeah, it's the reverse. Those can't happen.
I agree. But you know what? Where they screwed up there is a monetary fine to David Tepper means nothing.
Yeah.
You got to take
$300,000. He's got that in his pocket.
Yeah, you got to take his toy away. You got to say, all right, you're done for 2 games.
Yeah.
That'll hit him where he lives. But there needs to be a basic respect of courtesy.
Yes.
You don't have to
civility.
Yes, you don't have to respect your opponent if you don't like him. That's fine. But there is a respect of courtesy that everyone should be extended. And I didn't think I need to mention to people not to boo 4 little girls under the age of 10, or not to boo a guy's widow who's in her 80s.
Yep.
But I guess we do, because people are idiots. Stop it. It doesn't make any sense.
And this is what you're talking about social media. So we call people on social media that just write to you and say mean things. We call them keyboard warriors. So these people are going up. They're like, I'm not a keyboard warrior. I'll go do it exactly that thing outside of that. And it's wrong. You just have to. Everybody just has to stay in their respective positions.
Lane. Yeah. And the thing too is like she has been nothing but nice to Detroit. Has like wrapped them. Has talked so beautifully. Even said, hey, I'm excited for this team next season. You guys go win the trophy because it's a beautiful feeling. And I'm like, and you guys still boo her, even though she's been nothing but nice to you guys?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Families are off limits always in sports.
Let me throw you, since we're talking about Stafford a little bit, let me throw something at you. Everybody saw him get hit.
Yeah.
In that game against the Lions.
And then stepped on.
So he was cleared by the quote-unquote independent neurologist at that game. A Duke neurologist has weighed in on Stafford's head injury. Here's what he says. Even going back to the hit, Stafford has a rapid acceleration as McNeil hits his head toward the ground, and then the rapid deceleration as the helmet hits the turf. Looking at the footage, Stafford has a fixed gaze, tonic posture of the arms, and then subsequently doesn't react when being stepped on, which all suggests he's unconscious.
Oh, Jesus.
He was knocked out. I thought that was pretty obvious.
Well, no, his eyes were open, so I thought...
If that's true and they looked the other way on it, it's just ridiculous.
And let him back into the game. He stumbled into the tent.
Now,
you have to, though.
But here's there's supposedly the NFL has an independent neurologist there.
Sure.
He says Stafford should have immediately been removed from the game under the NFL protocol of no-go after an apparent head injury.
Yeah, they're afraid to do it.
That was a brutal
And if you
hit.
do it, you will get absolutely destroyed by people saying, "Oh, okay, you got to let him back into the game." People would be getting upset, but the right thing to do is to take him out of the game.
What would people have said if
they would lost their mind?
That I would be.
Carson Wentz is out there.
We were texting while it was going on. It was like he's coming back. He's a tough.
He didn't miss a
so
play.
Tough. He didn't miss a play. He's so tough. He's got a gash on his hand. He was unconscious after that play, and he still played a phenomenal game.
By the way, Kelly Stafford did retract that. Said she used it as a teaching moment, but it wasn't actually booing the kids.
What?
What do you mean? She made it up?
On her podcast. And it wasn't making it up. She said
girl.
it was a little bit different than that. I just saw it.
How does she say it?
She said she realized that that wasn't exactly the case and that she had explained that to her daughters in the moment. I took it as a teaching moment for my children. So they weren't booing them, apparently.
They were booing her?
I think they're just booing, and they were
and they happened to be there.
Indiscriminately booing.
They were booing, and they happened to be there.
She's still the wife, so don't boo her either.
Yeah, no,
you said family.
Guys, they're not booing you. They're not booing you. They're booing mommy. They're very passionate and excited about this game. They want their Lions to win. We're from the other team, and you know what? We're going to move on because there's also fans in there that are cheering. They are saying thank you, but we're not hearing that over the louder ones.
There you go. All right, so
booing her,
booing her,
and
booing Matthew, and not the children.
Right.
Okay.
Is that okay? Are you more okay with Kelly being?
I think they were actually booing Stafford, Matthew.
Right.
And she happened to be there and assumed the boos were for her, because I think it's. No, I won't say that.
I mean, she's on the podcast.
Yeah, she's on podcast.
She has a presence.
She has a platform. Yeah. All right, coming up next, the Pied Piper of women's basketball.
Oh, she's so good.
We'll talk about that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app. And bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, Give me Laker tickets.
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
God, I want to meet Big Lou one day. 3:17 at the Southland on a live imaging Tuesday.
Aren't you already kind of Big Lou?
Yeah, but I can't. I'm not on number 2.
Yeah, you're not even on number 1.
No.
Yeah.
I know.
But I interrupted. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
it's fine.
no.
Mason and Ireland on a live imaging
Yes.
Tuesday. How about this song, this classic?
You know what this is, right, Mace?
Yeah, of course.
Who?
Pablo Escobar.
No, Pablo Escobar's a drug dealer.
Oh, I thought he was. Isn't there a Yacht Rock guy named Pablo?
Pablo
Yeah.
Cruz.
Pablo Cruz.
This
That's
is the
what I
group
believe.
Ace. And this song, while you'd think it's how long has this been going on, like something tawdry?
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of tawdry. The lead singer was going to leave, and they found out. And then they said, no, we're going to do a song about how you're trying to leave.
They said,
Yeah,
is that what you said?
No, like, how long has this been going on?
Yeah, exactly.
And it turned out to be a big hit.
Yeah.
By the way, Cappy's in the house. Sonata with Cap.
Oh, nice.
Full strength today. We got to go till 7 o'clock
I
yet
haven't
again.
seen Cappy in a while.
You haven't?
No.
Really?
Yeah. Was
Wasn't
he
he-
here last week?
Yeah.
Oh, then I did see him.
Wasn't
Never
he?
mind.
I think he was.
Am I losing my mind?
Was he here?
Yeah, he was here.
Okay.
Look at him walking around, asking
Yeah.
people for food.
Strutting. He struts. All right, so
Do you think he pays for the snacks back there?
Well, he doesn't.
I just
Yeah, he
did.
does.
I
He
went back and grabbed one. I paid.
Bar.
No.
No,
Yes,
Janice Garcia is the only one who didn't pay for
Oh
the
my gosh,
snacks.
she's listening.
She walked away with so much stuff.
Did you guys see Janice is working for Peacock now?
Yeah.
And she was in the hallway when Taylor Swift walked by. And so when they all got the shot of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce walking out, there's Janice right there in the
Get
background.
out of here,
Yeah,
really?
Janice is famous now.
Wow, good
Yeah.
for her. Good for her. So, John.
That didn't sound sincere at all.
No, I love Janice. She was just here a couple of weeks
You're
ago.
such a phony.
Oh, shut up.
Mason can go tell John later. Hey.
There's
Oh
nothing.
yeah. So then John's gonna try to talk. He's gonna talk to Sam Pine tomorrow. Like, hey, Morales. But we all know it's from you
Who's
now.
Who's gonna talk?
We know
to
John
somebody?
can't cover you anymore. We now know you used John for
I don't,
years.
I don't care what you do.
You used him for years.
Say whatever you want. That's what you do anyway. I don't care.
Yeah, it's not like we're going to curtail you, Chris.
Yeah, no.
You've lost your meat flap or whatever.
I don't even know what that is.
Whatever
Neither do I.
Sonata said.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Where are you
Continue.
going with
Mason in Ireland
Okay.
continues right now.
So, Ireland, I don't know anything about this, but you clearly do.
it? Okay.
Iowa is where Caitlin Clark plays basketball. And apparently she's a sensation.
A sensation would be understating it. So get a load of this. Caitlin Clark has sold out every opponent's arena this season.
That's crazy.
Increasing away teams' attendance by 145%. The most recent example was at Purdue, where they drew 15,000 fans, 3 times Purdue's average. And I was thinking about this. If Caitlin Clark was playing tonight against USC or UCLA,
right,
at either the Galen Center or probably Pavilion, I think I would go.
Would you?
Yeah, I want to see what the hubbub is.
I saw that one logo 3 that she won a game with, but I don't see a.
And you know who I think would go with me?
Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Michael loves
And Michael, you
women's
can't get to
basketball.
leave his couch. But for her, I think he would do it. You know what? You want to hear kind of a bummer?
Yeah.
The Sparks, they just hired a new GM.
Okay.
They have the 2nd pick in the draft. Indiana has the 1st pick. They're going to get Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
But she's that good. I mean, she leads the nation in scoring.
Yep.
She's, I mean, I think it's great. You know, they put her in, Fox put her in primetime the other night.
Did they really?
Yeah, put her on at 8 o'clock at night.
See, the way I think women's basketball is fantastic. I don't have shelf space or head space for it.
I think a lot of people will probably feel that way.
But I trust Michael that it's really good and trust you that Caitlin Clark is fantastic.
Yeah, she is unbelievable.
Yeah. All right, so did you know that the cheeseburger was invented in Southern California?
I did not know that.
Okay. You want to know what town it was invented in?
I'll take a shot.
Okay.
Downey.
It's a good guess.
Los Alamitos.
Los Alamitos.
I was thinking Downey, so I don't know.
Downey? Okay, Laura?
Whittier.
Ooh,
Whittier's a good guess.
let me see. What's Pasadena?
I think we have
Pasadena, she
Pasadena.
says.
Pasadena is absolutely correct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was that a guess or did you know?
No, it was a guess.
Oh, nice.
Well, you said Whittier Downey. I'm like, what's next? Pasadena?
So the cheeseburger, which is a simple combination, I'm reading from KTLA here, a simple combination of meat patty, cheese, and toppings, was invented in Pasadena. The city officials shared that cheeseburger's origins. They can be traced back to 1924 when teenager Lionel Sternberger put cheese on a burger while working at his dad's restaurant called The Right Spot. The reason he put cheese on the burger has been debated. One story says he did it to mask burning one side of the burger, while another customer says he asked for the unusual request. Now, I don't believe it.
You don't think he invented the cheeseburger?
Honestly. Do you really think he's the first person to put cheese on a burger? I mean, to me, that's a natural.
I think he has a good marketing agent.
Yeah.
If they're spreading that around.
It was apparently
It's like Al
certified.
Gore invented the internet. You know, it's like one of those things. Al Gore didn't invent the internet.
No, he did not.
But we all think about it.
Yeah.
Every time he claims he did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So this guy's taking credit for it. More power to him.
So I mention this because Pasadena is celebrating the centennial anniversary. Right, it was 1924. It's 2024 with Cheeseburger Week, which starts next week. A citywide celebration, complete with limited time deals at restaurants, a cheeseburger walking tour, and more. I think it's a bunch of hooey. I hope they have a lot of fun over there, but I don't believe for a second the cheeseburger was invented in Pasadena. God bless you, people.
Hey, by the way, did you guys see Mace?
Yeah.
I think you're going to lose that Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce bet to me.
I disagree.
Okay, so if it depends if you believe Page 6.
Well,
you lived in New York. Do
who
people
believes?
believe Page 6?
Hell no. That's all made up BS.
You think it's just none of it's factual?
None of it. None of it.
You
It's
just think they
totally
have a bunch of people sitting around an office making crap up.
Yep, and probably some of it comes from Chat GTP, and it's just garbage.
All right.
The New York Post is generally garbage.
The bet we have, and Bergman, look up how much money this bet is for. I say, as of June 1st,
5,000.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift will still be together, and you say they will be no more.
They will be no more.
According to Page 6.
Which is made up BS. Go ahead.
They plan to get engaged this summer.
Who plans to get engaged? Don't you just get
Many people
engaged?
do.
Exactly.
Why do you plan to get, like, aren't they already engaged? Why would you not get engaged
I'm glad
as
you
opposed to planning
I'm
to
glad
get
you
engaged?
asked. That is addressed in this story.
Okay.
They held off from Kelce popping the question over the winter holidays because, quote, they don't want it to seem like it's rushed insanity, end quote.
Well, then they're either engaged or they're not engaged?
They're not engaged. They're together, and they will be engaged this summer. And either way, I win.
Brian, how long did you ever say Allison will get engaged next summer?
No, we talked about like, oh, are we interested in getting married kind of a deal?
Correct.
But then, yeah, it was
and
just
then
like,
once it was done, it was done.
Right, it was done, and then it was, I asked her and she didn't know.
Nobody says in July we're going to get engaged.
Right, you don't plan.
Bergman, does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, I want to see what these two do when football season is over, because he's been at the training facility. He's been doing a whole bunch of. They just see each other on like
right now
off
they
times.
can spend time together.
Now they're going to be together all the time.
This is
combustible.
where
You know what they call that?
Yeah.
Bliss.
Yeah.
This is combustible.
Yeah, we found that out during the pandemic.
She's working on her album right now. It's like Adele's Rich Paul album. She's working on that too.
Aren't they married?
I thought they were married.
Right?
Are they married?
Well, Adele has referred to Rich as her husband.
Well, then
in
that
interviews.
sounds right.
There was pictures of her house on when she was doing an interview, and there was something like a book, and it said The Pauls.
Yeah, they could be.
They're just not telling
I
anybody.
always think about that. If in the new reconfigured worst press room in the NBA.
Oh, it's awful.
It's really small.
At Crypto.com Arena, there's a big picture of Adele on the wall, and I always walk by and go, I wonder if they're married. I don't know.
I think they're married.
I was talking to you probably know Sammy from the Lakers. Yesterday she works with.
Is it So Super Sam?
No, not
Oh,
so
not
super
So
Sam.
Super Sam.
She was with the Lakers. She works with BBGO and all that.
Okay.
And she was talking about how it's really very tough to be in. It's not welcoming. Or I was saying that. She wasn't saying anything on that.
It went from a top 5 press room
to
a bottom 5 press room in one renovation.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really, really
fantastic.
bad. It's the number one thing announcers that have my job from the other teams comment on as soon as they see me.
Right.
What'd you do to the press room? I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And don't blame Michael Roth. They didn't consult him either.
Sure.
But it's bad.
All right, coming up next, how many games will the Dodgers win this year? I've got Vegas odds.
162.
Think about that. Plus, Ireland, you challenged us to make a ridiculous bet.
Yeah, I came up with one, and I challenged each one of you to come on, and if you hit it, we all have to agree that it's
ridiculous.
The level of ridiculous is high enough to meet the threshold. I think mine is. It's got to be something. Here's what I'm going for. You make a prediction for 2024 that hasn't happened either ever or in a really long time.
Right.
And if you hit it, you get a bunch of mythical money. How much you want to give people if they hit it?
$25K.
Okay. So there you go. And we'll all make a ridiculous prediction coming up.
Nice. Mine's going to involve the Dodgers.
Mine does too.
Oh, yours does too.
Yeah.
We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game for free! We just heard from Morales. Now apparently we're going to hear from him again. What?
Well, I was stuck in Sam Pine's office. Cappy was not happy. He was in there.
Over what?
This whole bit. He wants in the hot tub.
Yeah, this is not happening. What? Sam Pines is involved in people getting into my hot tub?
Sam Pines loves good bits.
Oh, I'm a big good bit fan, but this bit's not happening.
I'm just telling you. You've
Come up with a
disappointed
different
lot of
bit.
people.
By the
No,
way,
I'm not.
Mace, you know who this is singing?
Pot it up.
I'll go Yvonne Elliman.
No, and do you know who originally recorded this
It's
song?
not a bad guess, actually.
You mentioned his name earlier.
Pablo Cruz.
No. This is originally a Neil Young song.
Okay.
That he wrote and recorded and made a big hit. And then Nicolette Larson.
Oh, Nicolette Larson.
Who is singing here,
Yeah.
turned it into, as Neil calls it, a toot toot, hey, beep beep version of the
Right.
song that Neil really likes.
Probably like 75, 76, something like that.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot of love to make up to Cappy and I.
And she made this a bigger hit than he ever did with it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so Ireland, tell that story. This guy made a bet
Okay.
that's just outrageous.
So there is a guy who made a prediction that Kalen DeBoer, the head coach at Washington, on October 2nd, right in the middle of the football season,
Right.
this guy sent out on social media that I don't know how he knew that Kalen DeBoer, here's what he wrote exactly. Gonna be wild when they name Kalen DeBoer the Alabama head coach.
Wow.
So he threw it out there
In October.
and it hit. So I
Did
thought,
he win money on this?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just speculating.
Yeah.
But it was just an incredible prediction. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's my incredible prediction.
$25,000 mythical dollars on the table.
Yoshi Yamamoto,
Okay.
the new Japanese pitcher for the Dodgers, is going to become the second person ever to win the Cy Young Award as a rookie. The only other time it's happened was in 1981 when Fernando Valenzuela did it. So that's over 40 years ago. I think Yoshi Yamamoto is going to win the Cy Young Award in the National League, and if he does, give me my $25K.
Okay, what if I told you he was the 5th best pick to win the Cy Young Award?
Who's ahead of
After
him?
Spencer Strider, Zach Wheeler, Logan Webb, and Corbin Burns.
Those guys are hacks. I'm not even worried about it.
And Yamamoto is the 5th best pick. Now, does that qualify? If he's the 5th best pick, does that qualify as an outrageous bet?
So in my mind, no, that is not an outrageous bet.
Think about it. Has not happened in what's 19 plus 24? 43 years.
When was the last time somebody made that much money at 25 years old?
No, but if it hasn't happened in 43 years, that's pretty
But if he's the
unprecedented.
5th best pick in Vegas, does that qualify as like an outrageous Kalen DeBoer to Alabama pick?
Kalen DeBoer to Alabama is like, there's no chance.
That's
He's a
like
Pac-12
no way.
coach. He's not going over.
That's
to
like a no way.
SEC. Yours is like, yeah, I can see it happening.
Okay, tell me if this works. Dodgers are going to win 117 games.
Yes,
Wow, that's the most
that
ever.
works.
Yeah.
That's a bold prediction.
117 games this year for the Dodgers.
Okay.
Okay, put that out there.
All right, that was good.
All right, what's yours, Greg?
I don't think mine is now Raiders anymore. So mine is. It doesn't have to be sports, right?
Nope.
No.
Nope. I think Brian Cohen, his very first Mandy's, wins Associate Producer of the Year.
Gee, thanks.
Wow, nice.
No, I think actually
sorry,
your category will be.
Sure.
You're going to be in producer.
Well, it's going to be a split.
Yeah, see, thanks, Greg.
I don't know how we'll figure it
I
out.
don't, we haven't figured it out.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Greg.
Wait a
Thanks.
minute.
There's nothing against
Are
you.
are Laura and Lindsay in Brian's category?
No, Lindsay won't be. I don't know where Laura's
I'm technically on both.
Because it goes Mandy to Mandy.
So you'd have to beat Jorge Briones.
And me.
And DeAndre.
And me.
DeAndre.
See, that's where we don't know.
Well,
where it
if
goes.
Laura and Lindsay are in the category, then your bet is good. If they're not, then it isn't. Because then he's
Jorge
got,
is a 2-time champion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then
Jorge's really
right. But
Walk-off softball home run,
but
too.
Brian would have just as much of a chance. But I think if you put the girls in, it becomes harder.
Okay. Well,
All right.
we'll
So
have
if
to
you
figure out
put the girls in the
Thanks.
category, you got to bet. Laura, do you have an outrageous prediction?
I can make one up really, really
All right,
quick.
Brian, do you have one?
Yeah, when I first read your thing this morning about Yamamoto, I kind of had so it's going to be a 2 award kind of thing. So Walker Buehler to win Comeback Player of the Year and Cy Young.
Oh,
at the same time.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
actually good. He's
We'll
not
take it.
listed in the top 10 for National League Cy Young
give me the
Award.
double award there.
Okay.
We'll take it. All right, Laura, what's yours?
So mine's going to be that Greg wins Producer of the Year.
Oh,
for
that's
the
not-
Mandy's.
that
Probably
is
a
happening.
0%. Not probably. There is a 0%.
There's already
chance.
a trophy with
Yeah,
Lindsay's name
if
engraved
that
on it.
That's already
if that
done.
happens, you can have 25K in mythical money.
By the way, I think Bergman finishes third.
Yes, I usually do.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Emily and Lindsay. I think Emily could make a run this year.
She's had a really good year.
But I think Lindsay will win, Emily will finish second, and Bergman.
Yeah, no, I'm always
Listen,
distant
I
third.
want my 25K, so Greg gets to step in.
Okay, I think that's a good
can't
bet.
change
I
it
think
at this
that's a
point.
good bet. So there's some. What do you think the Dodgers?
Right, it works. It's outrageous.
Did everybody do a bet? Yes. What do you think the Dodgers over/under number is in Vegas? I just said they're going to win 117 games. What do you think their over/under number is in Vegas?
What did they win last year, Greg?
100.
I think it's lower than 100. I think it's 98.
Really?
Yeah.
98.
Yeah.
They have that same team,
Good
but
job,
got
John.
better.
No, I think it's 98. Do you have the answer?
103.5.
Okay.
I thought it would be higher, actually.
So do I.
It's just really hard to win 100 games.
Dodgers, although they've done it, how many years in a row now?
A lot.
Yeah,
a
like
lot.
done it a lot.
That's
A
you know
lot.
why they have Dave Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then guess what happens?
It's all new story this year.
I can't wait to.
Brand new story.
That bobblehead's waiting in the other room. It's ready.
Who do you think the second pick is in Vegas for most wins?
Atlanta.
Atlanta's correct, 101.5. Third, American League.
Yankees.
Yankees is right. Fourth, we hate them.
It can't be the Giants.
Astros,
Yeah.
92.5. And
As soon as he said he hates them, I go right to
the
Giants.
Phillies are next at 90.5. So it goes Dodgers, Braves, Yankees, Astros, Phillies. Those are the top 5. By the way, those are the only teams that Vegas has winning more than 90 games.
Why the Yankees? Just because they brought in Soto? What else have they done?
Stroman, too.
Oh, yeah, they got Stroman. Okay.
Yeah, they
But
still
that
got
seems like a
Garrett Cole.
Third, fourth, you know.
Yeah. And they're the Yankees.
They didn't make the playoffs last year.
Aaron Judge is healthy.
Aaron Judge. Oh, there you
No,
go.
that
yeah.
was big. That was because of here at Dodger Stadium that he wasn't healthy.
Yeah, I remember
Right.
that.
He made
Right.
an amazing catch and hit the wall and just.
I think this is super low. 103.5 is super low, I think. You think 98?
Yeah, just because it's hard. It's hard to win 100 games.
Damn. With all this firepower.
I would
$1 billion.
103. I would take the under. It's 103.5.
Yeah.
I'd take the under.
How much you want to bet me straight up on that?
5.
Okay, 5 it is. You're going to win more than 103.5. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
2 injuries and that.
Look at Morales. Morales is like,
I mean, the season hasn't even begun, and the homerism is starting.
Wait a minute. Did you see what they did in the offseason?
Does that guarantee that they're going to win over 100 games?
Yes.
It does.
I think it does.
In baseball.
In baseball, yes.
All right, there is a Jacob Emrani sighting, which means
Oh!
it's time for Game of Games.
Whose game
it
is it today?
Mason's game
Oh,
today.
God, I didn't remember.
It will be Bergman, Brian, Laura, me, and Jacob.
I got to write a game. We'll do that coming up next. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you were with us yesterday, you heard the live show that BB Go helped us put on down at Ralph's in Redondo Beach. It's part of a bigger promotion that we're doing with the Lakers and BB Go. Here's how it works. Head over to your local Ralph's store and buy $10 worth of BB Go. That's it, $10. And that can enter you for a chance to win courtside seats for a Laker game this season. There's tons of other prizes you can win too, including Laker swag and more BBGO. Just make sure to get yourself to Ralph's and buy BBGO for a chance to win. You only have to buy $10 minimum. You can buy more than that if you want, but you need at least 10. After you buy BBGO, just go to Lakers.com/BBGO sweeps to upload your receipt. That's it. Just go to Lakers.com/BBGO sweeps, upload your receipt, and you are entered. Good luck.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time, and the great Jacob Bramrani is here. Jacob, what's up?
How are you?
You brought the belt.
I do. I don't go anywhere without it.
Nice. And what's our score so far in Game of I ask because I'm winning.
Yes, you are. on January 16th, it's even late in the month, second half of the month. Greg, what do we got for score?
The man who just said he is leading the month is Mason has 3, Brian has 2, I have 2, Trish has 1, Ireland with 1, MT with 1, and Laura with 1. And today it's going to be Jacob with 1.
That's what I'm talking
Jacob,
about.
this is your chance.
All right, Mace, what's the game?
All right, we're going to do a little birthday game. I've got some fun facts about people who are celebrating their birthdays in the last couple of days, including tomorrow. So we're going to start out with Dave Grohl.
Okay.
Huge Dave Grohl fan. Turned 55 on Sunday. Before Nirvana, he was a member of what band? It is either Scream or Skrank. Scream or Skrank. Jacob, what do you think?
I will go with Skrank.
Skrank, okay. Ireland?
Skrank.
Skrank. Bergman?
Yeah, you can't make up Skrank. Skrank.
Skrank. Laura?
With the crowd right now.
Skrank. Brian?
Team Rod, Skrank.
Yeah, it is absolutely Scream.
You made up Skrank?
Skrank is totally made up.
Nice job.
Anyway, this is what happens when you're stoned and you're writing a game. Skrank.
Now, this affects the whole rest of the game for me. Now
Yes.
I know his imagination's running. Okay, here we go.
Okay, LL Cool J turned 56 on Sunday. He made his acting debut in what movie? It is either Crush Groove or Original Gangstas. Ireland?
Crush Groove.
Crush Groove. Bergman?
Original Gangstas.
Original Gangstas. Laura?
Crush Groove.
Crush Groove. Brian?
Original Gangstas.
Original Gangstas. Jacob?
I'm going to go with Crush Groove, too.
Crush Groove is the correct answer.
Yay.
Yes, so...
All right, it's Ireland, Jacob, and Laura. You got that?
Funny,
Yes, I did.
Okay. Funny, I just the other night the TV was playing and this
And
Crush
Groove was on?
Yeah.
That's random.
That's what he's Crush Groove, yeah.
All right, number 3, Carl Weathers. The great Carl Weathers turned 76 on Sunday. Before he was an actor, he played college football. Where did he play? It is either Long Beach City College or Antelope Valley College. Bergman.
Long Beach City College.
Long Beach. Laura?
Antelope Valley.
Antelope Valley. Brian?
Let's go Antelope Valley.
Antelope Valley. Jacob?
I will go Antelope Valley
Antelope Valley. Ireland.
I know he went to San Diego State, but I don't know where he played before that. I'll go Long Beach City College.
Long Beach City College, the correct answer,
right.
yes. And then
On
he
the
went
board.
on to play for Don Coryell at San Diego State.
Yeah. Wow. All right, so Ireland 2, Greg, Laura, and Jacob 1, Brian Bupkis.
All right, number 4.
Where you at, Brian?
Of course, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday was yesterday. How old was he when he enrolled at Morehouse College? It was either 15 or 22. 15 or 22. We start with Laura.
15.
15. Brian.
Let's go 22.
22. Jacob.
22.
22. Ireland.
15.
15. Bergman.
God, it's all right in there. I'm going to go 22.
Correct answer, 15. He was 15.
I actually knew that.
He skipped 2 grades as he was going through
Yeah.
high school and wound up at Morehouse College at the age of 15.
All right,
Genius.
Ireland 3, Laura 2, Jacob 1, Bergman 1, Brian Bupkis.
Why did I follow Brian?
All right, yesterday was Pitbull's 42nd birthday.
Mr. Worldwide.
What
Love you,
is
Brian.
his birth name? It is either Armando Christian Perez or Ricardo Santiago Alvarez. So it's either Armando Christian Perez or Ricardo Santiago
I should go
Alvarez.
last.
Laura, you go last?
Yeah.
Oh, because you know? Okay.
Yeah.
Go to Jacob then.
I'm going to go with Armando.
Armando. Ireland.
Ricardo.
Bergman.
Well, he was so serious about it. I'm going to go
Ricardo. Laura.
No, it's Brian.
Oh, Brian.
Armando.
Armando.
All right, it's 2-2. Laura, break the tie.
It's Armando.
Yes, it is.
I was going to go with you
Okay.
screwed me, Ireland.
Armando Christian Perez.
All right, so Laura got that. Who else?
Jacob.
I got that one too.
Jacob and Brian.
So
Brian on
Brian's
the
on the
board.
board. Jacob's on. Okay, Laura and I are tied for the lead.
Okay. DJ Skrillex. You know him, John. You probably got him on your playlist.
Absolutely.
Number two
Love
on that
Skrillex.
He turned 35 yesterday. Both of his parents practiced this religion. It is either Scientology or Seventh-day Adventist. Scientology or Seventh-day Adventist. I think we are starting with Brian here.
I've never heard that second one, so let's go Scientology.
Going Scientology. Jacob.
Scientology.
Scientology. Ireland.
Okay. I want to say Seventh-day Adventist, but I know for a fact that Mason is scared to say anything about Scientology that isn't true. So I'm going Scientology.
Okay.
But he
are you
was
gonna screw me
stoned.
again?
But he was stoned.
I was going totally with the Seventh-day Adventist till you
Bergman?
said that. Scientology.
Okay.
Who else is left? Laura?
I'm going to go opposite just because I want to go up one against Ireland. So seventh day, whatever.
Here's one for Zeno. It's Scientology. You're absolutely right.
All right, did everybody but Laura get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe it's Zenu, not Zena.
All right.
Again,
Mace,
I want to be right.
Mace, how
about
many are
Scientology.
left?
I've got 3 left.
Okay, I got to go first. It's Ireland 4, Jacob, Laura 3, Greg and Brian 2.
All right, Deebo Samuel turned 27 yesterday. Where did he play his high school football? It's either South Carolina or Alabama. South Carolina or Alabama. This is his high school football.
Right.
You guys go first?
I go first.
Okay, Ireland?
South Carolina.
You're going South Carolina. Jacob, right?
Laura.
Laura.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Jacob.
I will go Alabama.
Alabama.
Brian.
I will also go Alabama.
Greg.
I have to go Alabama, right? Alabama.
The correct answer, he did go to the University of South Carolina.
Right.
And he went to high school in South Carolina.
Okay, so Laura and I both got that?
Yep.
Okay.
Am I out?
Greg.
How many are left?
2.
Yeah, Greg, you're out. Brian,
Bye-bye.
you're out. It is Jacob, Laura, and John. John 5, Laura 4, Jacob 3.
Okay.
Come on,
8.
Jacob.
Lin-Manuel Miranda of Hamilton fame turns 44 today. Can you believe he's only 44 and he wrote Hamilton?
Super talented dude.
In his first Broadway musical, In the Heights, what was his character's name? It is either Usnavi or Miguelito. Usnavi or Miguelito. We start with who's leading? Ireland.
Miguelito.
Miguelito.
Laura.
Miguelito.
Jacob.
I have to go with Usnavi.
Yeah.
And you're smart that you did.
Okay, Jacob. You're in it
Very
now.
interesting.
By the way,
Come on, Jacob.
As the story of the character goes, his parents came over from Puerto Rico,
Right.
and the character, and it said U.S. Navy on a ship, and they thought it was Usnavi, and that's how
And
he
he
got his name.
sells ices in the street.
Yes, he
and
does.
in the
Gelato.
Heights. Okay, so here's where we're
Good.
at.
I should have gotten it.
Ireland 5, both Jacob and Laura 4. So I have to go first again, and this is the last one.
This is the last one.
Okay.
Boxer and YouTube star Jake Paul turns 26 tomorrow. He has started a learning website for kids. What is the name of the website? It is either Edfluence or Teachmatics. Edfluence or Teachmatics. Ireland.
Edfluence.
Edfluence.
I have to go opposite, right?
Yes.
So whatever he didn't say. I'll do.
Teachmatics.
Teachmatics.
And Jacob, you also have to go Teachmatics.
I have to go Teachmatics.
We have a winner.
Come on, Teachmatics. Oh,
Ireland.
that ruins the bit.
Dude.
That means
Ireland.
Always,
is-
I always come in second.
It is, I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's Edfluence. Although, do you really want your kids learning from Jake Paul?
No, that's what I was like, why?
I just
Hey,
thought
he makes a lot of money
Teachmatics. It sounded like he was going to get sued by somebody. What does that even mean?
Okay,
I
let's
mean-
do it. Let's do the tiebreaker for fun.
Okay.
How many subscribers does Jake Paul have for his YouTube channel? How many subscribers does he have? Ireland, take a shot.
3.6 million.
Jacob?
5.2 million.
I'll do it next.
Laura?
3.7 mil.
Bergman?
Jerk.
I had it written.
7.8 mil.
Brian?
10 million.
Oh,
The correct answer. 20.5
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought everyone was gonna-
million
Brian, you were supposed to
subscribers.
lower than me.
Funny, I got excited because my YouTube channel went over 5,000 subscribers today. He's got 20.5
I have like 100.
All right, there you have it. There's your game of games. Jacob, how you been?
Wonderful.
Hey, Jacob, settle an argument.
Yes.
I think, and last night was another example, somewhere in that Laker locker room is a championship team. It doesn't always show up. They're 20 and 21. But now that's 2 wins over Oklahoma City, the number 2 seed in the West, 2 wins over the Clippers, who've been rolling everybody. I think they were going to win again tomorrow against a pretty good Dallas team. I just think they need to get some consistency. Mason says, no way, as this team is currently constituted, can they win a title. What do you think?
I do believe they can.
You do believe
I
they
do.
can?
And let me tell you why I say that. Because it just seems like they get up for the competition and they play down to the competition.
I agree with that.
When the year started, we were excited that this is the first time in a few years that they have just about everything they need at every position. They got the dogs, the people who are supposed to be playing defense. They got the shooter. You know, Austin Reeves is coming back from big season, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we were a little concerned about, and we talked even with you guys about it, is do they have a good big man? So that was my only concern. Suddenly, after they won the in-season tournament, it just seems like they're not into it. They're just not there. And I feel like if they get into it, I believe you got a lot of talent here.
So
Mace, how do you explain the in-season tournament dominance if they can't win a title?
I don't know. They were up for it. Right now, they're 6-13 and since the tournament. So they're playing overall terribly.
Yeah, but don't you think if somebody came out today and said there's $500,000 on this game tomorrow against the Mavericks, that the Lakers would win?
I think they probably get up for it, sure.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Nobody's going to put up extra money for them to play hard. You just got to play hard, and you got to play hard from the jump.
Yeah, but I think if he starts Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell, they'll stop falling behind by double digits in the first quarter.
That's right.
And if they fix that problem, if the start of the second quarter is either Lakers ahead or tied, or even behind by 2 or something, I think they have a great chance to win. They have dug the most ridiculous holes for themselves this year. And by the
game
time
after game after game.
Right, by the time they crawl out of it, it's like too late.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. If you would have looked at the 19-game schedule, right before this 6-13 went out, would you have in any way, shape, or form guessed that they'd be having a 6-13 record? Absolutely not.
Right after the tournament, yeah.
Right after the tournament,
right.
no.
And the games that they're losing, you're saying to yourself, did they lose? Did they really lose? So I just hope that there's some incentive. Somebody internally, I think that they need somebody inside the locker room that is going to be able to get them up for these games. And I don't know whether it's just the coaching staff. I think they need the Jared Dudleys of the world. They need those guys who are locker room guys that actually bring them together.
So I put this out as a poll. Do you believe the Lakers, as currently constructed, are a championship team? How do you think the poll came out? 1,000 votes.
People are so upset that they probably say no.
82% say no way.
Yeah, but everybody rolls with emotions right now.
Look, if
no
they
one's
don't,
happy.
But Jacob, this is like a basket of sunshine. It's like unicorns and rainbows. They got to do something at the trade deadline.
Well, here's the good news for you, Mace. I think they will do something at the trade deadline. Every year, Rob has been the GM. He's done something. I don't know if it'll be major. I don't know if it'll be minor. I'd love to see him get a 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Kind of a sniper.
Yeah.
But I think they'll do something. The roster as currently constituted will not be exactly the same after February 8th.
Jacob, before you go, I mentioned this off the air, but tell everybody, yesterday when we were doing our live show in Redondo Beach, guy came up to me and said, I want to show you something. He shows me his phone. There's a check there for X amount of money. And he said, Jacob Emrani represented me. It was great.
That's awesome.
I won this amount of money. I'm like, good for you.
That's awesome.
Congratulations on that win and all the others.
Well, I appreciate it. And I got to tell you that, so many people come to my office that are diehard Mason and Ireland fans. And I have to tell you.
Keep those guys out of jail, would you please?
And I have to tell you that, when they come in, we always, after we talk about their case or after we do the free consultation, we literally sit for 5 to 10 minutes and we just talk Lakers.
Nice.
And we just talk. And that's one of the reasons that I so enjoy the listenership that you guys have, because not only are they so devoted to you, but they're so devoted to the teams, and it just makes my job a lot easier representing good people like that.
That's cool. Well, Game of Games is brought to you by our friend Jacob Emrani. Don't forget, if you're involved in an accident, it's calljacob.com. Great seeing you, man.
Great seeing you guys.
And
Thank
Jacob, once again, you were close.
That's right.
And let's do some Super Crosstalk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger.
Super Crosstalk. Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
There you go. The whole gang is in the house today. Shadano's here. You heard Cappy is in the next room getting cranked up. I heard you guys yesterday at Yamava making
making
mayhem.
magic. Yeah. Both mayhem or magic.
Mayhem and magic.
Yes, at the same time.
I saw all the yesterday was a big day. We had a great show at the South Bay, and then you guys had a great show out there.
It was, and Yamava was slammed. A lot of Steeler fans were there when we were there.
They traveled
sad
great
for them.
Yeah, tough day. Not a lot of Eagle fans, which was kind of surprising because usually they turn out whenever there's been a Monday night game or whatever that we've been there. Not the case. I guess they knew the potential result. But yeah, place was slammed, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, and Cappy, of course, all the Circle of Trust showed up and all that stuff.
Did you? Did they come to Nixo with you afterwards?
No.
He invited them to the East Central afterwards to do a triple header.
Okay, Cap. Speaking of that microphone, it might not work.
Wait a second. What?
No, it works.
Brian,
got
how's
it.
it sound?
We got it,
Good?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Yeah.
The Bill Belichick song.
Catchy, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm glad you brought it up, Cap. I think we need to hear it again.
Sure, I haven't heard it once. So.
Okay, this is Chandler Jones, the former defensive lineman that played for the Patriots and played for the Raiders and kind of spun off the planet a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, he is now a very talented singer, as this will prove.
Okay.
Oh, Bill Belichick. Oh, how I miss you.
Lyrics are unbelievable.
No, the lyrics just get stronger.
I just want to kiss you.
We all do.
It's a rhyme.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
There's a lot of that in this song.
It's a little bluesy.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
They just got rid of you.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Oh, Bill Belichick. Want me make some stew.
Make some stew.
Gotta make some stew.
Make
Throw
some
stew.
stew
Make
into
some
the
stew.
mix.
Oh, Bill Belichick.
Yeah, it keeps going like that.
Yeah, we get the point.
Yeah. So
I like a song with a strong lyric.
Yeah.
You know, a strong lyric to me.
Yeah.
Right. The stew line gets
right.
me.
Yeah.
Make some stew.
Yeah. And Bill Belichick.
And when he talks about how he didn't deflate those footballs.
Exactly.
Right.
Hey, by the way, we should get Bergman. Get Chandler Jones on the show. We want a Mason and Ireland show.
Of course, sure.
Mason and Ireland.
Or, well, it doesn't have to be him. It can be anybody.
Oh, yeah, it can be anybody.
Anybody who wants to make a Mason and Ireland song to that tune, go for it.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Witten.
Jeremiah Witten is the man.
Yeah.
He's the man. But if you're a talented songwriter, make us a song.
Hey, Sedano and Cap, weigh in on this. We just threw this as Jacob.
Yeah.
Mason is convinced the Lakers cannot compete for a championship this year. He just doesn't
With this particular roster.
They can compete. They're just not going to win.
With this roster.
Right. I personally think that somewhere in that locker room is a team that can compete with anybody, and they showed it again last night. They've beaten Oklahoma City twice. They've beaten the Clippers twice. I admit they're not great. They're 20-21. But I have a weird feeling, George, if they get into the playoffs, they're going to be a tough out.
Yes.
I think, like, if let's put it this way, if Minnesota or Oklahoma City drew the Lakers, they would be upset. They don't want to play the Lakers in the first round.
I would agree with that. Again, two things can be true at once.
There you go.
Okay.
Wow.
They are a tough out, but I also don't think they can win 4 rounds with the team that they have as currently constituted.
Cap?
Well, I heard what you were just saying before with Jacob, and the one thing that I would love to see them get, just get a legit threat from the 3-point line.
Right.
Well, they're out there.
You know?
Right.
And by the way, George, I was looking at, there's a handful of guys like
who? Give me a name.
The best
Doug
example.
McDermott,
Luke
Luke
Kennard.
Kennard. Memphis is.
But
they won yesterday, but
yeah. By the way,
the Warriors are in deep crap.
I mean, what in
I
the
have them
world?
Friday.
But I mean, that was a team. Think about this. They're playing in Memphis on Martin Luther King Day, so there's something there. Martin Luther King was assassinated in Memphis, and it's a
big day.
Yeah. But the Warriors go in there, and Memphis does not have Ja Morant. They do not have Desmond Bane, and they don't have Marcus Smart.
Right.
They played a rookie I've never heard of that was the star of the game.
Right.
and the Warriors lose. George, what are the Warriors going to do?
The Warriors are in this situation, and this applies in sports regardless of whether it's basketball or not. Those guys are champions, okay? 4-time champions. And there is something to be said about holding on too long. And I think they held on too long. They probably should have sold on Klay last year when he was performing really well in January and February, and thought in this offseason, like, we probably need to move on because I don't think we can replicate this with Klay. And we're going to have to pay him. You've already paid Draymond, although manageable at $25 million a year.
Yeah.
And none of the rookies or the kids they drafted have hit. None of them.
Right.
Except this Pajemski kid, who I think is going to be pretty good.
Well, and then I think that actually Trace Jackson Davis and Jonathan Kuminga.
Fine as a second-round pick.
If
Not
they
Kuminga, though.
If they got traded, I think if Kuminga got traded, he might pop somewhere else.
Right, but he needs a team that will just take their time to really show him what he is and get him through the growing pains.
I think if Kuminga goes to Detroit, he's a 20-point-a-night guy.
I don't know. I think he needs to go to a better situation like a Houston Rockets, right?
Maybe.
Where like Ime Udoka, who's been to a finals, takes these young Rockets guys that they have now, and they're like a decent little team. You know what I mean? He needs something like that.
How about some whimsy?
But
whimsy. I threw something out at whimsy. I threw something out at Ramona. I said, "What about Klay Thompson to the Lakers?"
Okay,
she did not say no.
Right there. Okay, so
she did not say no.
But the Warriors. My point is, the Warriors held on too long, and and a lot of teams do that. No, Belichick
Lakers in 2012.
Right. Belichick got criticized for getting rid of guys too early. The Steelers historically have gotten rid of guys early, but it's better to do that than be a year late.
Okay, so let's go back to the Lakers then.
Yes,
they need a 3-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
he's $40 million though.
Okay, I get it. He's how long does he have left on his contract?
One more year.
So one more.
And I don't
this
think
season,
they're going to
right?
re-sign
But
him.
you got to trade a lot to get him because you got to make the salaries match.
What worries me is Steve Kerr coached Team USA this summer, and he absolutely loves Austin Reeves. I don't know if you could pull that off without putting Austin in the deal, which I would hate.
Which I would do in a heartbeat. I mean, if you listen, I love Austin Reeves too. I think a lot of us do.
You love him because he's a heart and soul guy.
I'm a heart and soul guy. I like heart and soul guys. You need heart and soul. But you know what? I would rather take my chances with an established champion who is an all-time great three-point shooting player like Klay Thompson than put my eggs in the Austin Reeves heart and soul side. No? You don't like this?
Well, think about this. Austin Reeves, I think, is 25.
Yeah.
Klay is 35.
Okay. 33.
And a year. And yes,
and I love Klay, but
Klay does not look like Klay right now.
That's a tough sell, Cappy. If Klay's going to play for you for 3 years and Austin's going to play for another 10.
Yeah, I understand that, but I keep hearing everybody tell me that it's all about championships. So if it's all about championships and you're running out of time with LeBron,
right? But Austin may be a better player right now than Klay is today in the year of the Lord 2024.
But
I don't think Austin's untradeable.
Oh, I agree.
I
would trade him for
Yeah, by the way, John, you were going to say I don't think anybody's untradeable.
Except LeBron and AD.
If Atlanta was willing to give you like the Bogdanovich and Murray deal, and maybe even Capella, like in a big deal like that, I would include Reeves for sure.
Boy, that's a big one. Capella, DeJounte,
and Bogdanovich. Then you're a championship level team.
I don't think you could turn that down, but we'll see.
Hey, Cappy, what's the National Badminton Association?
I don't know.
You're wearing a hat. Where'd you get this?
What are you talking about?
You're wearing a hat. National Badminton Association. Do you play badminton? Do you know friends who do? Are you part of this league? Do you own a franchise?
Are you a franchisee?
I didn't even look at the hat.
Well,
are you the governor?
I honestly
wait. You just grabbed it like a hat off of a pile of hats you have.
A friend of mine gave me this hat, and he's like, "You're a fan of the NBA, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Here, take this hat." And I did not even look at the hat.
It does look at a glance. I thought you were wearing a National Basketball Association
so did I.
hat. Yeah.
Let me see the logo.
So did I.
Just a guy with a
toy
hat.
And it's a little.
And it's the same exact colors.
I thought I was wearing an NBA hat.
Yeah.
This is a National Badminton Association hat.
Yeah.
Hey, George. I don't remember the NBA in January moving a game to 5:30 and putting it on prime time. Has this happened before?
No, and the reason that these ABC games are happening,
writer strike,
correct, is
Yeah.
that they decided months ago they weren't going to have enough content ready. So the ESPN and ABC went to the NBA. Like, do you want to put some games on ABC? And they're like, sure, no problem.
So wait, tomorrow night's game
Is on ABC.
Is on ABC.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
At
I didn't know that.
5:30.
Yeah, the 5:30 thing. I mean, that's perfect for you, Mace.
I
Doesn't
talked
work-
to Jay.
I mean, it's great for us. We're not even working.
I talked to Jay. I'm going to the patio tomorrow.
You
night.
are?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I told Mace last night all the people that were at the Emmys came across the street and came to the game. And so sitting down to my left was Dave Chappelle, Colin Jost, Jeff Ross, bunch of other comedians.
Love that.
And I'm guessing they all went home now, so none of them will be there tomorrow.
So,
we'll see.
so okay, who came
I mean,
up
it's
with
Luka,
last
you never
night?
know.
Who came up
Maybe
with the
not.
idea though last
He may
night?
play.
The idea last night.
To have the Emmys and a Laker game on the same night.
Or how about this? What genius at Fox said, let's put the Emmys on up against the NFL?
Forget about that. I mean, that was ridiculous.
They got the lowest ratings it's had ever.
Yeah.
4 million people.
But last night, as we drove back from Yamava, we got to downtown LA and we could see from the freeway, oh my God, the traffic. Now, of course,
Mess, right?
I have no idea that the Emmys are going on last night.
yeah.
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because I got football on the brain and I was trying to do like a Laker boycott, but I couldn't do it. I had to listen to you the whole way back from Yamava. So we get into downtown and, Figueroa was closed last night. The street
A lot
was
of
closed.
streets were closed.
So
How'd you get to your home away from home?
Dude, you have no idea. I mean, I was zigging and zagging and going through different side
Well,
streets.
Chris was directing you.
Well, Chris was navigating.
Yeah.
That's true because
Yeah.
I'm the driver. And we finally were able to kind of break through a barricade and then get to the parking down here. And I was like, dude, we got to get to the parking garage at LA Live before the game lets out. Otherwise, now we're
It's
going to be
over.
dealing with tons of traffic
Yeah.
coming in
So
and
the
out.
Emmys started at 5,
Yeah.
and the whatever their red carpet stuff started. At
So the
probably
Emmys were
3.
letting out when they were getting
Right,
there.
so I have no exposure to the Emmys at all, and then I'm seeing people walking the streets in like gala gowns and tuxedo type clothes, and I'm like, what are you people dressed for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the way you went to the basketball game?
Fancy, yeah.
And then I got into my hotel room last night and turned on the news, and I saw everything that was going on. Boy, Succession crushed it last night.
Succession, The Bear, and a show
okay.
called Beef.
Okay, Beef.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. I've not seen Beef.
Okay.
I've not heard of Beef.
You're a big fan of beef, though.
I do like beef,
Yeah.
right? Especially last night at Tai Chi
Yeah.
when we were out at Yamava. I had the beef and broccoli, phenomenal.
Yeah.
What is beef? Does anybody know beef?
Greg
Yes,
watched
it was really good.
What,
It was
would you give us
Ali Wong
the
and
30
Stephen
second
Yeun.
synopsis?
Ali Wong and Stephen Yoon, I don't know how you say his last name. Stephen Yoon get into a car accident and they start chasing each other back and
Do
forth.
they know each other
They
when
do
they
not
get into
know
the
each
car
other.
It's like a
accident?
road rage.
It's
a
like
road
a road rage
rage
thing that extends.
and they just
Okay.
start having like a battle back and forth against each other, just doing different things to each other, trying to ruin each other's lives.
Okay, then what's the bear?
The Bear is
Oh,
a show
great,
starring
too.
Jeremy Allen White. It's on Hulu, and it's about a small restaurant where there's all these chefs
Chicago.
working in Chicago.
I tried it, Cappy. I didn't take for
It's-
me.
It is a great show.
Okay, and
It
and
won everything.
Did Reacher win anything last night?
No Reacher.
Reacher didn't win
no
anything.
Reacher.
You guys
I
see
thought it was
Reacher?
like Black Bear Diner or something like that.
Oh,
You
yeah,
ever been to
no.
the Black Bear Diner
No,
before?
never have. Yeah.
At
No,
Disney?
Reacher did not win.
Did you see Reacher?
I did not.
You've not seen Reacher?
No.
Is that the one with the big dude?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Stepdad
Yeah.
Leo watched.
It's
looks
based
like
on the
really
Tom
good.
Cruise movie.
Yeah, it
No,
looks
it's
like
based on the book.
he looks
Well,
like a
yeah.
linebacker. I mean, yeah.
6'5", 250, ripped, just shredded like you can't
Right.
believe, and just kills everybody.
Maybe next year.
Well, I mean, you're 2 seasons in, and the final episode of season 2 of Reacher is going to drop, I think, on Thursday night. That's when they drop that junk.
Are you hanging on every episode?
I am, and it pisses me off because I had no idea that they actually drop them weekly.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that you just release the whole thing.
I prefer dropping weeklies.
Oh, you do?
Me too.
Really?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Oh
I
loved watching.
No.
when you can watch 10 episodes, you go on a binge and you're up till 4
But
in the
like
morning.
Succession, we hung on it every. What's going to
Happen
on
next
Succession?
week. Yeah.
Like you're saying,
True Detective. Have you
with
seen
Jodie
it yet?
Foster.
The first
No.
episode? So remember, the first season was
It's
great.
Jodie Foster this year.
Jodie
right?
Foster's
I watched
done.
the first season, then I was out.
The first
Well,
season
I
was
watched all of
fantastic.
them.
Okay.
First one was great with Woody and McConaughey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Second season stunk with Colin Farrell. Third season not bad with Mahershala Ali, but this one with Jodie Foster, the first episode was off the hook.
Well, I don't.
Okay.
I
Do you have
can't
to
think
watch
of
the previous
anything
ones?
Jodie
No.
Foster has been in that hasn't been great.
Right, and she's also, like, with McConaughey and Harrelson are part of the executive producing team, along with Nick Palazzolo or whatever. The
That
guy's
one
name.
I don't know.
He's the guy who did the original
Okay.
one. And then Jodie's also part of the executive producing team.
So I can watch this without having to go back.
You have
and watch all
you
of
don't
them.
have to have, they're all individual.
It's a
They're-
brand new series. It's like a
Each one's their own
standalone.
stories.
Look at this. I can't help but look up. I don't got to get out of here, but Cappy, I can't help but look up and wonder what it was like for a young Scott Kaplan attending the University of Pittsburgh when Syracuse came to
dude.
town.
I know, and I'm loving the fact that we've got Pitt Syracuse on in the studio right now. I can keep my eye
Did you
on
go to
this
the
game.
basketball games at all?
Always, every
Yeah.
game,
Yeah.
every single game. Was
Yeah.
friends with all the basketball.
Were they any
players.
good?
Yeah, they were good back then. They were
They
good.
make the tournament?
Yeah, but they were. You know who was the star of our when I was in college? The star of our college basketball team was Sean Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
him? Yeah.
Now, were you around when it was Pitt Penn State?
Yeah.
See, those were the days,
Yeah, those
right?
were the
Pitt
days.
Penn State.
How do they
That's
not
a-
play that game
That's
anymore?
a rivalry that died.
Well, they
but-
don't even do the backyard brawl every year anymore.
Right. So Pitt,
West
Penn
Virginia.
State,
Oh, really?
Right, but
Yeah.
Pitt, Penn State, Oklahoma, Nebraska, very classic.
Right.
Florida State, Miami.
Yeah.
You know,
That one
and-
still plays, though.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't have the same.
Well, because neither of them
feel.
have been great lately.
Right.
Together at the same time.
Right.
But yeah, Pitt Penn State was a great rivalry. My dad loved Tony Dorsett.
Dorset.
It was Dorsett then.
Right.
Exactly.
He played with. Did you play with
Yeah,
the
with
son?
his kid, Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony Dorset.
I did an audition with Tony Dorsett one year.
For what?
For
like a pony commercial?
for like Fox halftime or hosting.
Wait a second. You were going to be like Kurt Menefee?
Yes.
No
it was gonna
way.
be. It was going to be me and Tony Dorsett.
Now, was
Nice.
this before or after you in Ireland did that pilot about the animals?
That pilot should still go.
It was. It was long before. Now, so here's what happened with Tony Dorsett.
So who was was it James Brown still? Was that before JB?
This was college football.
Oh, okay.
College
This was
football.
a job that eventually went to Rob Stone.
Okay,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
He's been doing it forever.
Oh God, we were doing the Fox show back then. It was but Tony
Wait,
Dorsett walks
you know,
in.
like, are you beefing with Stone too? Like you're beefing with?
it's-
Oh, okay.
No. So Tony Dorsett comes in and he's wearing this great purple suit. Looks great. And we're ready to go on. And he says to me, "I can't do it. I just don't think I can do it." I'm like, "You're Tony Dorsett. Of course you can do it."
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm up for this. No, get out there. You're doing it. So he was my audition partner.
Yeah.
And
He probably ruined
He
your
bombed the
chances.
audition?
he bombed my
And then you
audition.
bombed the
and then
audition.
I bombed the
Right.
audition because he bombed.
Right. They're like,
So,
Mason can't get the best out of Tony Dorsett.
damn you, Tony Dorsett.
Shame.
All right.
If not,
you a
you'd be
chance.
Rob Stone.
That would be Rob Stone
Cost you
today.
a chance at greatness.
Absolutely.
So
you
where
guys
was
going?
Ireland back then?
I don't know if I don't.
Were
think
you
we doing
working
Mason
together?
Yeah,
Island
we were.
back then.
No, we were. We were
we-
doing the big show on Fox Sports West.
all right.
Yeah.
So
By
you
the
were
way,
just trying to get away
I
from
was trying to
Ireland.
do a little extra.
Yeah, a
Do
little extra.
A
I
little
love
side
the,
hustle.
Yeah.
I love the Sasha interview yesterday. That was a fun
Machine.
thing to
He's a
listen
great
to.
guy.
Have you tried
That
his
was fun.
wine?
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, it's good.
So good.
His
You need
wine's
to get
good,
on that.
And Jim Fox, the Kings
Yeah.
hockey
He's
analyst,
got
has a
wine, too?
winery, and it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They're both great.
Yeah, Alexander with a K is
Now,
the
Cappy,
wine.
you and me should start a winery.
We should do something
You
like
don't-
that.
well,
We-
you're like
you
a
know-
$2 Chuck guy. You
can
couldn't tell
do-
the difference
hey,
between that and
listen,
Camus.
White Girl Rosé.
Yeah.
White Girl Rosé. There you go.
Why
Yeah.
don't we have a meeting in the hot tub?
Okay.
Oh, what happened to the hot tub?
The hot tub bit is dead.
It's
a
dead.
It's a dead on arrival bit.
Cap,
DOA.
I said it earlier. I'll say it again. I have a hot tub. You're more than welcome over anytime you want.
That's it. That's the bit. The Ireland
Right.
hot
We're
tub.
in the hot tub with Ireland.
Yeah,
Well, remember
it's a-
during the pandemic
No,
when
this-
the Kamenetskis had that late night show?
Yeah, yeah.
I did mine from my hot
Oh,
tub.
I
that's right,
remember
you did.
the
Yeah.
hoedown
With
yeah.
the dog.
Now, here's the thing. That's the move. You, Morales, Ireland in the hot tub.
Yes.
You guys win bit of the year.
Yeah.
Mason
Yes.
gets shut out.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's
Mason
do it.
shut
Go.
out a bit out
Do
of the
it.
year.
When is it?
Oh, we're not
And
telling
this is
you.
all because Juan won't allow it.
Yeah, Juan will not. It's a two-person hot tub. We're the only two people that have ever been in it. He says absolutely
But don't
not.
you change the water frequently?
We change the water all
we're
the
gonna
time.
We're gonna do hot tub cocktails, and then both of you upstairs
There
in
you
the
go.
massage chair.
There you
Oh,
go.
yes.
There's
That's
bit
it.
of the year.
Right.
You're going to get shut out.
It's okay.
You wanted it.
It's all right.
I'm bringing Rachel to hang out
By the
with
way,
me.
there
Beautiful.
there could be a bit at any moment.
I mean, you got a few months.
We got time. We got time.
No,
Yeah,
you're
bring
out of
anybody
this.
you want. Bring Hacksaw. We'll put him in the
right.
hot
Oh, my
tub.
God.
the saw.
That would be
God.
great.
Bring the saw.
Floats away. On the other side.
Rancho Petasquitas, hello.
Chair floats away.
Maybe.
You owe me money, Southern California.
All
You
right.
tell me, Cardiff by the Sea.
We
the
where are
ladies'
my
line is
North
open.
County lines? All right. We're back tomorrow at 1. Hey, coming up for you. Madness, mayhem, and stupidity.
Tons of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shadano